right, what's up, y'all? What's up? Oh, I gotta give me a haircut for real. Anyway, we are back live. I want to say shout out to everybody in the chat. Welcome. Don't forget on tomorrow, I got a couple announcements on tomorrow. We're starting the 60-day cleanse, and we are excited. Right now, I got my water. Mm-hmm. All right, we started on September 1st, and we're excited. So again, we brought the author of this journal, the 60-day cleanse. We brought Armon Wiggins on the show on yesterday. He came on the show. He hit the link. He came on yesterday. It was a beautiful conversation when he came on yesterday, and we'll play some highlights of that in the program. I'm super excited to start this journey. I want to say it's exciting. People in my DMs, in my text, say they're going to do it. It's going to be very, very well. We're expecting a change. Now, when you make a change, some people are going to fall off. Some people are not going to be involved with your change. That's okay. I feel like if you make a change, that's fine and that's goody. You know what I'm saying? I went on, I was getting dragged. This all about the 60-day cleanse on the social media streets. Okay, I'm like, well, keep on dragging, keep on talking. We still gonna make it. I'm like, okay, you can say what you want to say, but we gonna make it anyhow. Because I'm like, these people are just like, what the world is going on? You know, my name get dragged and so much stuff. It don't bother me at all. I have thick skin in this business because, you know, people will talk about you and drag you all day long. There's nothing that you can do to stop it. I mean, they're gonna talk about you all day long. There's nothing you can do to stop it. You can't stop people from talking about you. You can't, no matter what you do. When you come, if you're a public figure, people are gonna make up stuff, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. You can't stop. You just got to keep moving forward. Now, where's my website at? Do I have my website up here? I gotta start promoting my website. We brought back the website. Congratulations. Yay. We brought back the website. And this is what we wrote for Tamar Braxton. Give me a second. Let me screen share. Yeah, he came on the show. Well, actually, let me play a clip of when Armon came on the show. I'm going to play a little snippet of it when he came on. Then we get into the topic because some of y'all didn't see it. Since we talk about the cleanse, let me go and bring when he came on the show yesterday. He came on yesterday. So let me post a little of that. We're going to take our time. We're not going to rush this episode because I know it's Sunday. So let me go to it. Let me go to it. Give me a second. Oh, wow. It's so much commercials. Lord, commercials. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Give it to. I knew your heart was pure. It wasn't that you was a Diddy supporter. None of that. I saw the jealousy of the white media structure, power structure, and they used that to try to take down a black man because they already was mad that who was this black man coming, getting all this clout, and we've been in media, went to school for over 30, 40 years. Mm-hmm. So I saw their narrative, and I didn't like how they try to group you with them being Diddy supporters. I said that's not true.
No.
And that's why black media is important to call that out.
I agree, and at the same time, it was what it was. But even the Diddy trial, that was all a part of the manifestation. And so, I came up here today because I was listening to some of your guests, and there's just been a lot of stuff in regards to that. But I first want to say, shout out to you for taking the steps, getting the book, and doing it. It is truly a transformative thing to do if your heart is in it, if your focus is in it. Do you want to ask me about the book, or do you want me to just tell you what?
Oh yeah, I want to ask you because the main question, because when I brought up your name, but he do tarot cards, it's a spirit and stuff like that. What is your definition of a manifestation cleanse? Is it the devil? What do you? Oh, let me first of all, do you believe in God?
Yes. Okay, so let me ask you this, because this is one of my first interviews and
so we brought him on about the 60-day cleanse, and you right into it with the question because it was some controversy when we mentioning his name, and people said, "Do you believe in?" He don't believe in God. Somebody, a person said that, and so let me ask him, because I know he believed in God, but everybody don't know that. So let me ask him that on the show. So I said, okay, let me ask him on the show. So I'm gonna play some more of this. Again, we're starting the 60-day cleanse tomorrow on September 1st. So yes, September 1st. Yes, we got on the same shirt. If you want me to get some more shirts, I could have changed the shirt, but this shirt's still clean. So if you want to give me some more shirts, I'll put it on the wish. Okay. All right. So let's play some more of this. Yes, he came on the show yesterday.
Conversations in regards to this, and I'm really excited about it because, like you and I have talked before, I really want to delve more into this and this be a part of the lane. So I'm kind of conflicted because I have two ways I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you like Armon. I would talk to you on the phone, and you know that way. And I also want to talk to you like, okay, Armon, this is your time to really enlighten people and not piss people off. So I'm trying to figure out what version would you like?
It just be or you. Would you like a little bit of a bit? Just be you.
Yeah. Because you know how we get. So okay, I'm gonna let you take me there. So I'll just answer step by step. So the first, because it's my first time really talking to it at this point.
Okay.
So of course I believe in God. Okay. But in regards to you, Wiley, I would just tell you this: your followers will be your followers.
And praise the Lord. Let me say this before we get to Armon stuff. I got another shirt here and stuff like that. I'm like, wait a minute, this shirt. Let me put this shirt on since it distract y'all, and we'll add some more shirts. Okay. Because let me tell y'all really quickly. Let me tell y'all really quickly. This is why my mindset have to change. Okay. I'm still, let me say this. How can I say this? But I want to say it. I'm still, because when we became unhoused and now we're in transition housing, and I had limited amount of clothes, in my mind, I will still wear the same shirt a while. And I not really forgot. I'm like, oh, wait. They have already got me some stuff off the wish list. So I said, let me put on this shirt. So that's why we have to go on this cleanse. Okay. That's all we got to go on this cleanse. But I want to thank y'all for giving us. I'm like, wait a minute. I already got some shirts over here because, sometimes when you do cameras, it doesn't bother me per se because I'm like, I want to say thing over, but it might bother y'all. Okay. Let's play some more. And I add some more stuff to the wish list. Okay. This one, Armon came on, and it was a positive conversation. If you'd asked me a year ago and I shared this on the live, I would never thought that we'd be at this place, that we can have a conversation. I'm interviewing him about his book. So let's go back to the live. Okay. Yes, Jackals. Yes, we need it. Yes, Lord. Yes, we need the cleanse. She's doing it with me, so we're going to keep both of us encouraged. Okay.
But everybody is not going the same way that you're going. And everybody is not built for growth. Everybody's mindset is not ready for expansion. Do not let your followers, your family members, anybody hinder you. And I'm not saying anything about anybody specific. Now let me put on the telephone call, Armon. These niggas will keep you broke.
That's true.
These niggas will keep you in that box and not want to see you grow. Everybody not coming with you, right? And so your job, think about it. Think about how over the years, whenever I would do different things, and you know, you was a part of it, people would bash and, oh, he's trying to do this, he's trying to do spiritual, he's trying to do this. You got to come back to the gossip. Never did we think that there was a day, outsiders, that we would be talking about a manifestation book on a gossip channel and actually it's gaining traffic. But I knew in my mind that, hey, this will be part of what it is because this is a personal journey for me. So my point to you is, this is not about God. This is not about tarot cards. This is not about witchcraft. Can you be into witchcraft? Absolutely. Can you rock tarot cards? Yes. Can you be a Christian? Absolutely. And each one of those people are allowed to manifest. What this book is and what manifestation for me is, it's about personal development. And it's the journey that you go on for yourself. Now, there are tools that people can use. So, hey, if you want to do the journal and you want to write in your journal and go through your own personal development, and you want to have your Bible on your side and go through your scriptures as well, that's how you choose to do it. If somebody else wants to flip a card and have their Bible or just flip a card, that's what they choose to do. If somebody wants to light a candle and go on there and do their journey, that's what they choose to do. I shouldn't say understand because I don't want to put it like that, but this book itself is not about religion. I don't care if you believe in God, if you believe in divination, if you believe in whatever, that's an additive to this personal journey. I was very specific and I didn't want any prayers necessarily. I didn't want any casting. I didn't want any.
Okay.
Walks of life to be able to grab the book and they do what they want to do with it, because ultimately it's about you and your journey. There's other tools that you can add to it, whatever that is for you. But this is not about you're manifesting under the name of God. You're manifesting under divination or metaphysics. You're manifesting under dark magic. No, manifestation is literally thinking things into existence. Okay, so let's use life as there's this glass of water, right? This is the container. So when you have, and I've talked about this before, when you have, you know, your court stuff, your YouTube channel, love, life, mom, dad, all in this container. And then you also have, you know, our vices.
Listen.
You know, for you, it could be, you know, adult content, Red Bulls, whatever it is. Mine is vapes, got 2 of them, right? All these things that we focus our attention on, right? But then we have this goal. I want to be able to buy a new car. I want to build my YouTube channel. I want to do this. But guess what? My container is so full and I'm focusing my attention so much on these other things that are distracting me. Guess what? Energetically, the universe, I can't bring in anything else. So I have to actually make space in my container, which means put the vapes down, put the Red Bulls, because these are distractions, right? I have to eliminate certain things. Some things I can't eliminate, like my friends, my family, my job, but I got to make space in my container so then I can focus on other things that I want to manifest in my life. So you take the time, you take the 60 days, right? You let go of your distractions, because all that is you're now distraction free. So you're able to focus in on the things that you want to do. I promise you this. If you really do this 60 days, you are going to see a transformation in just your everyday life, your health, and your consistency on a whole nother level. Just because, think about your vices, that how much time and attention you give to that on a daily basis. So the idea is letting the distractions go that we focus on so much, so that we can focus on bigger goals. Because if I'm sitting here and if I'm a weed smoker and all I do is smoke weed, guess what? If I want to start that business, I'm really not going to start that business, because my main focus is getting high every day. And after I get high that day, I'm probably going to get tired. I'm going to eat. I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to go on. And then guess what? Oh, girl, I got to go back to work. Maybe I can work on my business the next day. And it just becomes a cycle. But then when you actually face that and say, I'm going to put this weed aside for 60 days, you're going to go through those cravings. Like, I need to smoke. You're going to go through all those emotions. It ain't no easy thing, but you're going to be rewarded. You're going to be tested. But guess what? You're going to make it through it because guess what? You're going to be focused on, all right, I got to get my business money. Okay, here's this, here's that. You're going to be able to think and see much clearer. Okay, so that's what it is for me. It's really being able to focus your intention on the things that you want. I knew when I did that Diddy trial, it was going to happen. I wrote it down. I said, I want to make X amount of dollars. I want to be visible. I manifested Angela Yee. I manifested 100,000 subscribers. I manifested television. Hell, I even manifested the worldwide coverage. The problem with that was I wasn't intentional on when I wrote this down.
And look at the comment. He's showing you giving a masterclass on manifestation. Okay, no, you ain't missed all the top. The show just got started. Sit back, buckle your seatbelt, get your drinks. We might be on here for about 2 or 3 hours. And drink responsibly if you like to drink. Okay, we just getting started. I got my ice cold water here. So yes, we just get started. So we play some more of this.
I really wasn't intentional on what I wanted. And so when you get to that level, right, and I had so much energy because I had so many people following me, I literally was like, I want to make X amount of dollars, made that. I said, I want to get on Angela Yee. I want to do New York radio, and I will do New York radio. It wasn't I want. I wrote down, I am so happy to be doing New York radio. I am so happy to be the most talked about person at the Diddy trial. I wasn't clear. I should have said most talked about and respected because I was definitely the most talked about. But when you write that, you got to be clear on what your intention is. If you just carelessly write, you got to, and
you got to be clear on what your intention is. Listen to the masterclass, and he was dropping gems. I hope y'all hearing this dropping gems on that live on yesterday. Shout out to the moderators. Be a thank you, sister, because I'm like, where are my moderators? Thank you for coming through. He was dropping gems, and when he's dropping these gems, just take these mental notes and just write it up. You got to be specific, make it plain. And I'm like, okay, and I need to hear this because I'm gonna be going through my 60-day cleanse starting tomorrow.
So I learned that lesson here, but you write that down and you believe that, and it's like when they said faith without works is dead, that, or the power in the tongue. Here's the thing. You can say you want to be the greatest YouTuber of all time, but that you can't manifest that if you don't ever make a YouTube video. Does that make sense? You still have to do the work.
Yes. You still have to do the work. You cannot manifest that you want to be the greatest YouTuber and don't put out YouTube videos. That he is dropping gems.
You still have to do the work. So the idea is only do this challenge if you're ready to do the work. So if your goal is to get your YouTube on track, hit a subscriber amount, make a certain dollar amount, it can happen. If your goal is to, hey, I want to get my own apartment, I want to get a job, it can happen. Now, everything doesn't happen right away. Some of your goals happen sooner than others. I'm working on a huge thing right now that I've been trying to manifest for years. I'm almost there. And if you've been following me, you'll know. And once I release it, you guys will be like, this really did it. But every year, where's Armon? I take the time, I reset, I cleanse. And that's why I have these years that I have, because I'm like, I focus my attention back. I eliminate the distractions and I say, Armon, where are we going next? What do you want to do? And I believe that it can happen. And I think that this is about a personal thing. This is not about a religious thing. And a lot of people, and unfortunately, Black people, they're a little bit closed-minded to stuff like that. And that's why they stay in this web. And so, and the ones that make it out, they broaden their horizons. I don't really blame them though, but it's a lot of tradition. until they start seeing other people like, oh my God, I did the cleanse and I felt good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even if throughout the cleanse, you're going to even see, even before the manifestation start manifesting, you are going to feel good about yourself. You're going to feel good. You know why? Because, and I always jack up this saying, but I learned it from this entrepreneur named Dan Martell. Confidence comes from the promises that we keep to ourselves that we made in private. So meaning, if you said to yourself, Wiley, we're on this 60-day cleanse, and I'm not going to have a Red Bull, and you turn that camera off, and through that 60 days, that Red Bull is going to call you. Twitter is going to be knocking. And when you don't turn that Twitter on, and you get back on live and like, yeah, it's day 2, it's day 3, it's day 10, and you know that you didn't watch that Twitter or drink that Red Bull, you're going to start illuminating a different kind of energy because you're going to be now confident. And guess what that confidence is going to do? Start attracting more energy for you to believe in yourself, which then in turns for you to start believing the things that you can achieve these things, because confidence comes from the promises that we keep to ourselves that we make in private.
This was, I said, he's giving a master class. I'm like, I needed that. And let me tell you, I have what I've learned how to aha moment with Armon, I've always said he is my favorite celebrity. Talented, gifted, can sing, can do great content on his YouTube videos. He's just extremely talented, and he is himself. And he have gotten so much better with handling and tackling this social media game. Like, I'm like, he have handled it so well, because it was a point where he would get distracted and people would say stuff, but now he just pushing through it. And I had manifested he was going to be back on the show. I did manifest that. I did. Let me play some more of this.
You can lie to me all day, but if you get on Twitter and you try to come on here about manifestation, you know that you did. You know that you was on Twitter, so you lied to yourself, so you don't believe it because you know you're lying to everybody, and so you don't radiate. You don't attract. But the reason is, when you make that promise to yourself and you keep it, and you didn't even really have to tell nobody, and you know when you was tempted, you actually didn't do it, that is when you start to level up for you, not for he, she, they, or them. And it starts to radiate. Then you start attracting the things that you want, and then you become stronger. Then you start to believe, hey, I can actually obtain these things, because guess what? When nobody was looking, I still resisted and I still was focused. That's when you become unstoppable. But people get so hung up on the idea of God and divination and metaphysics. Girl, this is not about none of that. You can use whatever tools you want. If you want to sing a gospel hymn every morning before you journal, do it. But this is about your own mindset. It's a mindset thing. It's a personal development. This is self-growth. This is self-accountability. This is self-awareness. And I don't care what you believe in. Every individual needs to go ahead and reset and reevaluate themselves and their circumstances to get to the next level.
Absolutely. So my thing is, what made you get into manifestation? Because when I first met you, I didn't hear you talk about that. So what was that point of your life to make you get into that journey?
Okay. You know what it was? The part where I read this book, The Secret, and I realized.
And I need to get that book, The Secret, because he said I was trying to find that book. So who's the author of The Secret? I was trying to find that book yesterday. I was going to have to ask him about that, because I would have added that to my library collection. Because like yesterday, I was searching. I'm like, I couldn't find it. I was trying to see if I was going to get like the audio book of it. I was like really, really searching for it. I'm like, okay. I was like, yes, I want to see about The Secret. If y'all know about that, DM me.
Whether I wanted to manifest or not, it was happening regardless. So whether you do the cleanse, whether you don't do the cleanse, whether you want to call it manifestation, we're manifesting every day. What we think about becomes our reality. So if you think like a broke person, you will be a broke person. If you think that you're not going to get this job, you're not going to get the job. If you stay focused on the past, guess what? Things of the past will keep repeating itself. Even every single day that we wake up, we are manifesting. It's just universal law. So I had to say, okay, well, since it's happening regardless, let me pay more attention to it and try to control my thoughts. Because thoughts become things. The things that you think about, they start back here, then they move up, and then they materialize into reality. And any person under the sound of my voice or listening, there's a situation, whether it's been negative or positive, you've thought about it, and all of a sudden, that's just how that works. That's what it is. Even down to relationships with people. If you think, you know what? Have you ever been thinking about somebody and all of a sudden they appear?
Absolutely, yes.
It's just all of a sudden they appear. Or even with all of a sudden.
Thank you. I did see y'all put it on, so I'm gonna put that on my wish list. I want y'all to give me that book on Amazon. Let me add that to the wish list for real. Let me go on my wish list and add it. I would love y'all to add that to my library. Oh, definitely want to add it to the library. So just in case, I'm gonna add that to the. How much is it? I'm gonna add. Oh, it's only 50. So I wish y'all. I'm gonna add that to the wish list. Is this it? Let me add it to the wish list right now. And I'm gonna drop the wish list in the chat. Because I want to add that to my library. And like before I could read, definitely want to add that to the library. Definitely. And I'm gonna drop the link in here so you all can have it. Thank you. Let me drop it real quick. Okay. Play some more of this.
You've seen, somebody buys a new car, then all of a sudden you see the car everywhere. It's because Absolutely. It's in your head, and it starts to become reality. But even if you're like, you know what, even this meeting today, you've been talking about the cleanse, thinking about and boom, we're here. And so that's how it works. So even your intention probably was from the beginning, and you probably didn't realize when you decided I'm going to do this, you're probably like, okay, I'm going to get him on my show again, and we're going to probably do this. You probably didn't say that out loud, but you thought about it, and now we're here. Mm-hmm. And so that is how I realized when I was even thinking about people, I had to start shifting my focus. I was having a conversation with my mom today about a particular person. I was like, child, I don't like a particular person. But I have to realize I have to start changing the thought process of people. If you're in a relationship, right? And, if you only focus on the negative about that person, that's the only thing that's going to manifest and materialize in your life in regards to them. People with kids, if you think, my kids are always bad. My husband, he's just such a trash husband. He's just such a lazy. Guess what? That nigga's always going to be trash and always going to be lazy. But if you be like, he's a good guy. I see the good in him. Guess what? A lot more of the good things will manifest in that person that you're around. But it's what's in your mind. So, and that's a battle that we fight every day, because a person has about 60,000 thoughts a day. And sometimes we just have negative thoughts and thoughts of doubt. thoughts of fear. And when you see that, you have to recognize, hey, no, I'm not gonna think about that. I'm gonna replace it with a thought of positivity. You have to, like, whenever you think, oh, girl, you shouldn't do this. This is that. I can do this. I can do this. I will do this. I'm not saying that you're never gonna think negative things, because you will, but you have to try to think more positive things than negative, because the more that you think about whatever you think about majority of the time, that's what's going to materialize in your life. And it's very hard to try to manifest, when you're feeling like, I don't have no money.
Life's better when your stuff.
You can't. And here's the other thing that people get twisted. They think, I'm gonna start at rock bottom, right? And then I'm just gonna manifest a brand new, whole new life the next day. It don't work like that. There's levels to it, right? So you may be at rock bottom and you focus, but then you move up. You're not at rock bottom, but you might just be at the bottom.
I remember, and we're gonna play some more of this clip. I remember I kept saying, I'm gonna be on the news for something positive. I'm gonna be on the news for something positive. So earlier this year, like a couple of months ago, we was at the courthouse, and the YouTuber that he pow these two YouTubers. He pow this husband and wife on the strip. So I went to the courthouse to I went to his arraignment. Then I went to the courthouse for his appearance. But when I went for his arraignment, the news was outside in the courthouse. So I just started going up. I would just start speaking. They said, yeah, but and I was so nervous, and I was on the news, and people was like, Wally, you was on the news. You was on the news. People saying on the news. So manifestation is real. The more I think about it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have already manifested some things, and it came to pass. And I remember I said I want to be on the news for something positive. Well, for me, not in a negative light, but I'm bringing awareness to the story. Because the story was sad, but I wasn't the sad part of the story. So I'm just gonna play some more of this, and then we are the topics. We're gonna talk about Tamar next.
But guess what? Your vibration is still rising, and before you know it, little by little, you've gotten all the way to the top. But some people get defeated, and they just think you have to start small and just look at little things. All right, I'm just going to be I'm going to start the process. All right, I'm going to be consistent here. We had one conversation, me and you implemented it, and you know what it was, and it started working, and it worked. Did it work?
It did.
It worked. It did. I saw you. I said, look at him, and it's working. Am I lying?
No,
one conversation we had. And I told you what to do, and you believed it, and you did it, and I see you got more excited about it. Your energy changed, and guess what happened? The people came.
The people came. Yes, sir. Don't lie. We had a conversation, and he gave some suggestions, and we put it in motion, and we believed it, and it started to come through. So he's not lying. That I'm a witness. I am a witness. Okay, I'm gonna play some more of this.
Don't let them throw you off.
No. I remember that we got on the phone, and I started manifesting it, and then God just came.
Because you know why? You started focusing your intention on it, and I told you what to do, and you said, and then the thing is, why it happened, you believe that you can do it.
Absolutely.
So you told yourself, I could do that. And once you told yourself that, there was nothing that was going to be able to stop that. But also, once you tell yourself, because you've been there, I'm going to crash out. Yeah. Nothing is going to stop it. So it goes both ways.
It goes both ways.
Both ways.
And then once you keep, for me, having two major incidents, you have to make a change. A change. When I was in jail, you have none time but think. Some people do all type of things in jail.
Wiley, watch this. Not even to cut you off. Watch this. Mm-hmm. Not even to be funny, but what was your intention throughout that whole time? Jail. Your focus was jail. It was I was going to jail. Tasha K was going to jail. Storm was going to jail.
Absolutely.
End up going to jail.
I did.
You literally was speaking jail. You were speaking that. You manifested. You're going to jail. And that was your whole intention. And like got so dark because you were focused on so much negativity throughout that time. You wasn't trying to.
I'm telling you, it's the truth. And I'm like, look at the masterclass. I didn't think of that. I was like, oh, that's an aha moment. Because at that time, I was saying, you go to jail, you go to jail. You have to be careful. In the scripture, they said life and death is in the power of the tongue. You have to be careful of the things that you put out and you say with this tongue. This tongue can get you in a whole lot of trouble. Amen. So you have to be careful what you put out there in the atmosphere. And I wasn't even thinking about that. I had a cloudy mind. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, oh, and I couldn't get that. You know, when people bring something up, only thing you could just say is amen. Okay? It's amen. All right. So, that was a good point. That was a good point, Armon. Very good.
And it took you all the you get it. It took you there.
It did. And I said, oh, I got to make a change. And when I got out, I read so many books because you have no time but think. If you got people that's in jail that do drugs, do all type of questions, I didn't get involved in that. I said, I want to change. And some of my people sent me a book. They sent me a book about Les Brown. He's a motivational speaker. And he was talking about all the people he had talk about their stories, about them going through different trials and tribulations. I said, I can get through this. And look at God open that door for me for us to even have that conversation. I would never, if somebody would have told me a year ago this would happen, I wouldn't believe that. Well, I'm trying to but I was speaking a lot of negativity from family stuff, from bloggers, from everything. And now changing it up, now I have a better relationship even with some of my family members. At one point, I did not have that because I was thinking about the negative, and all I saw was negativity. So you're right. So you bring up some good points.
Yeah, and then look. And even if it don't happen right away, it happens for you because your energy is different right now. So it's attracting a different response. And so but you know why? Because you decided I want a different outcome. And you did the work to get it. That's all manifestation is.
Absolutely.
And so what you're doing now is you're up in the ante and saying, I'm going to go even deeper. You know why? Because you like the feeling and you want more.
Absolutely.
Don't let nobody make you feel like you need to go back.
No.
Absolutely. Don't let nobody try to make you feel like you need to go back because you know why? They're not ready. They're not ready to understand and they're afraid. And Wiley, they don't give a damn. Do not let them people try to make you because they'll keep you here. I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah. And
don't do it. Don't let them people in the comments play you.
I said I can't have because these same people will boost you up in the comments, and then when you go through, they abandon you. I've been there. I've seen it. I said, oh my gosh, the same people that was boosting me up when I was going through trouble. But God left 2 or 3 people to come through and send letters to put money in my books to come through. But you're so right about it. When I brought up this journal, I'm telling the truth. I was in jail. And I was like really, really thinking about something, and then thinking about the audience, or whatever the case may be, just really thinking about the show, and I just went across my mind. And one of the correctional officers said, you know, Wiley, you got a package. And I'm like, wow. And so it was a letter. Then the other time it was a letter, and I read the letter from one of my subscribers, and then there was a book one of my subscribers gave me. And I said, oh my gosh, like you never know, like, your impact that you have on people's lives. And I said, that's truly a blessing. Thank you, Anna. Happy birthday, Anna. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Anna. Happy birthday to you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you. May the good Lord bless you, Anna. May the good Lord bless you. Thank you. I also go, you know what? I got super chat song. Hold up. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Yes, thank you. Journal, I knew it was going to be some pushback because they don't like you. Mm-hmm. If it was anybody else, if it was Iyanla Vanzant, if it was Oprah Winfrey, maybe they'd be more receivable. But because it's coming from you, and they have their own problems because they don't like your. A lot of times, people don't like your personality because you don't come out as being needy. You always say I'm the best, and people get insecure about that because they don't feel that way about themselves.
Right.
So you come on the platform. You say, I'm talented, I'm gifted. And you show it, and you show proof by the numbers that you're gifted. And people are turned off by that. They go, oh, we need to be more humble. What does that mean? People, when they say that, I believe they want you to be homeless, they want you to be dirty, to use that. When people use the word humble, they don't want you to be saying you got money. They don't want you to be saying nothing about your cars. They don't want you to say nothing about your jewelry. You know, as soon as when you start leveling up, and when we start leveling up, you're going to see people going to say, you change. I miss the old Wiley. Well, what does that mean? What does that mean? You should see some type of change and some type of elevation. Oh my God. Thank you, AW. I see y'all in the chat here. We go get into our other topics, but we playing this because it's the Wiley Show. And I got to get ready for my cleanse. So why not listen to him, to Armon always give this master class? Okay? Woo. Let me play some more of this. For being humble. But you come out and show the world, they say, no, I'm gifted. I'm that dude. People follow what I do, and people are turned off by it. Some people are turned off by that because they don't feel that way about themselves.
Well, it's that, but it's when you get to a place of when you know that, and I'm not perfect and I'm still trying to do the work, but you got to also understand, yes, I get into that bag when I feel like my back is against the wall, but ultimately, and a lot of people don't know this, they think I want to be, you know, this media famous YouTuber. My goal is I want to inspire people to be the best versions of themselves, because I like when we did that 60-day cleanse and so many people had their stories and they were excited about it and they felt change and they felt charged up to get out into that world. That fueled me because I was like, wow, I like that. And the idea is this: whether you want to be a singer, writer, a YouTuber, what I want to be able to teach people is this: you can do whatever you want to do. I'm just using the celebrity news, the gossip as my vehicle to success but you can take the same tools and put them in your car of being a teacher or being a business owner this way and do the same thing. So what I'm trying to do is show people through the successes that I've had in this YouTube media, celebrity media space. I didn't just get there from just, getting lucky. I had to fight it, but I had to believe. I had to take risk. I had to manifest this shit. I had to believe it was really going to happen. I had to really shift my energy and shift my focus. And every day I'm still learning that. And so through every step of the way, I want people to say, listen, I've been able to unlock this. I've been able to unlock this. This is how I did it. It was a shift in my mindset. And every day I'm working on that. I had to literally do a mindset shift. And so when I get on here and I'm able to pop my issues, because it's like Bro, I sit there and done the work. And I'm still doing the work every day. People don't see the times where I'm like depressed, feeling lonely, going through. But it's like, all right, I'm going to go in and I'm going to do the work. And so people just think, oh, you need to be this. No, I don't. This was rough. But also, we have a community, even our Discord. We don't have a messy Discord. Our Discord is about uplifting, encouraging each one another. Because yes, I do celebrity news, but that's just my drive. That's just my car. But don't look past the celebrity news and understand that when we're talking, if you want to be a writer, you can still take the mindset tools that we talk about in our Discord and on Lux Live to really propel what you want to do forward. So yes, celebrity news is the engine and the vehicle that I'm using, but you can use a different one. You get what I'm saying? But it's still all in the mindset. It's still in the belief. You get what I'm saying? Me knowing that I was going to go to New York, Wiley, listen to this. How did we start on a radio show? Wiley, you know that my dream was always, if anybody followed me, everything has been a radio show.
Absolutely. That's true. I used to do radio, online radio, and that's how I met Armon. I had brought him on, talked about his show that he was on. Also, Larry Reed was on the radio show. We did an online radio show. We also had I think not Tamar, Trina Braxton on our radio show. We had an online radio show. Who else? Child, who else? I can't think of everybody. It was another celebrity. He's an R&B. I think Raheem. We had him on the radio show. So yeah, so I remember that. And I want to also say rest in peace to my friend Jack Wiz. He was on my radio show, and I remember that. And Blog Talk Radio don't even exist anymore, you guys. Blog Talk Radio went out of business, I think, last year.
You knew, and one day I knew I've never been on the radio before a day in my life. And the first time I'm in the #1 market in New York City.
And you felt, and let me tell you, if I hadn't already been out, I thought you'd been doing it for years. You weren't nervous. You weren't stumbling over your words. It was like preparation meets opportunity. You was prepared for that moment.
But I also had to go out and believe it and seek it.
Absolutely.
And put myself in position to get there. So it's all of those things. But I had to first believe that I could do it.
Absolutely.
And it started when...
And we had like Jessica J on there. It was like a beef going on with some people in Atlanta. We had broke that story, and we had got a check for Blog Talk Radio. I would never forget that. Like, the people was like tuned in. That was like my first and only check that I got from Blog Talk Radio. Okay. But yeah, that was back in the day. That was back in the day. And I see a little best of it that she posts up in here saying, I'm getting ready to cast my vote for Pastor Tom Anderson from Union County, Atlanta. Okay. If you want a scammer, if you want a scammer to be your mayor, then go right ahead. Because that man be doing some scamming, and he be doing stuff with them people cars. Okay. Queen Boy, you said why I had Blog Talk Radio back in 2010, 2012. Yes, Blog Talk Radio was lit. Oh, you said you had the DC stuff. What? On your show? What? Wow.
Way back in the day, maybe I didn't understand it, but from the beginning, that was been our thing. Radio. And so I knew, I was like, no, I'm not going to New York and covering this trial without getting into that iHeart building. That's happening. That's a done deal.
Oh, Lord.
How I was going to get there, that was happening before I left New York.
And you didn't tell nobody that you was going. You didn't say nothing public.
But one thing I did know is I was going to that Diddy trial the day that the lawsuit came out.
Yeah.
I knew I was
going. I
going.
didn't know that. Wow. And you went, and I can say this. I saw people just followed you because nobody was going. Because when you first went, I saw it. Wasn't nobody hardly there. Wasn't nobody hardly talking about it. As soon as you went there, saw the success, everybody and their mama started going to New York and doing it. But it didn't stop your gift because you still got something from the table.
It didn't.
You still got your shine. Nobody took that away from you. I don't care how many people went. You still got your shine.
And I'm so glad that you noticed that. And everybody, and even when the people started trying to go live in the middle of the thing, in the middle of the case and stuff like that, I knew that I had already set the work up. I knew in my mind, I don't give a damn about none of them. It ain't gonna stop.
To go outside and to do the live.
I didn't.
You kept your same formula.
One video a day.
And the people.
I didn't. And guess what? And listen, and watch this. And watch this. Even I fall short. And guess what happened? Every single time I broke my formula. Now I'm realizing right now. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Because you know what my formula was? And it was working. Armon, you go there, you go home, you do your video. Guess what happened the 2 times I decided to go live outside the courthouse?
The devil showed up.
Yeah. Guess what happened? The lady antagonized me, and the second time, the baby oil. Yeah. Every time I got a little bit and thought, oh, I got to do this because they doing it, and I broke and I didn't trust. Every time I broke out of what the plan was, I gagged.
Yes.
Because guess what? I stopped believing that I was enough. I got human. I said, well, I got to probably do this, or let me try to get.
Hey, you human.
That wasn't the plan. That wasn't what was set forth. And that seed of doubt, and it came back and it bit me. It's no shade. I'm a human being too. So that just showed me right there. Now I'm like, oh, that happened because you felt you started doubting, and you were so high up in the energy. So that of course it was gonna give that, because that's what you wanted. So once you can't, now that's another part. Now you start getting to certain levels and you start trying to pull back, you still gonna gag because it happens either way. And so now that I'm thinking about it, damn, every time I went outside to try to do a video outside that courthouse, something bad happened. Not bad, but it wasn't on par with what the plan was. That was interesting. So yeah. So I'm just saying to you, stay focused on that. I knew, and when I was going to that thing, I said, I know what I did at Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez. I'm Armon Wiggins. I'm going to go to this trial, and I'm going to blow this mother off the ceiling. Wrote it down, signed, sealed, delivered it, booked my stuff. And that's what happened. But I believed it. But also, like you said, preparation meant opportunity. I could have just, there's a lot of girls that was there, but they didn't get what I got because they weren't prepared. They just saw the moment and tried to jump in on the moment. It don't work like that. Because, yeah, you could have been there, but you didn't really do the mindset. You saw what was happening for other people, so you really weren't prepared. And so I prepared. And how I prepared too, I also did a 60-day cleanse at the top of the year and led over 2,000 people and supported them. So I already knew that energetically something great is going to come from this. So that's just how it works, bro. And I don't want anyone that's feeling like, doing the journal. Like I said, and here's the thing too. You don't have to do it. This is one thing that I still sell hundreds of these every month. And I don't even promote it that much. Because you know what? I don't care if you do it or not. Not you, anybody. Because it's not about me. I don't know. I don't know what you're going to write your journal. I don't know if you're going to finish it. You don't have to. But you know that you done bought that mama, and that mama sitting there and you didn't do it. So then when the things start happening or don't happen, you know why. It wasn't me. It wasn't the journal. You didn't commit to it. I don't give a damn if you do it or not, because it's about a personal commitment to yourself. And I think a lot of times people are so ready to find somebody else to, but no. Sometimes it's important to get back to the basics. And getting back to the basics is getting back to self. Through life, we get so lost in everything else. And the point of this is, let's bring back our intention to self. We need to do a self-evaluation. We need to do a cleanse. And I'm proud that you're doing it.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I'm glad that you brought some great points up and being a teacher. And that's why it's good to see you showing a good example, because there's so much negativity going on in this world. But to see someone to say, through it all, I've navigated through these struggles and I get this cleanse, look at the success. You have receipts of your success. But you did the work. It didn't just pop out of the sky and just boosh. You got to know you actually put in the time. And you're right. People don't understand when you are a content creator, you do sometimes get depressed because you got to do these stories. You got to go viral, especially when you get up to the level that you at, to stay on that level. It's one way to get there, but it's another whole work to stay there and to build upon that. So that's a struggle. So, and a lot of people, like you say, I remember forgetting you said, a lot of people don't understand what I go through because they don't do YouTube. They're not a content creator, but yet you still here thriving and you going through it and tell your testimony, because there's some people in here that's already depressed. They need to hear that message to say it's another way, it's some positivity that you could insert in your life and that this can change your life. And that's great. And you said over 2,000 people followed you during this cleanse. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
That's a blessing.
Yeah.
I saw the cleanse and I said, I got to do it. I started hearing people say, oh, yeah, Armon, this changed in my life. This changed. I manifest this. And I saw that. I said, wait, I wasn't ready at the top of the year, but I said, okay, I'm going to have to do this. And it just something hit me in my spirit. Doing it on September 1st. I said, okay,
you're going to love it. You're going to feel so good. Yeah. And not even to get into the material things, but that's, okay. I just want to show you the material things. And I'll probably do more of this on my channel, but this is not even to be braggadocious because I still have doubts and fears. But you remember the deposit your check video. And if you remember that video that I did, deposit your check. So in that video, I drove an orange Corvette. And I was like, oh no, I need one of these. I didn't know how I was going to get it. It took 2 years later. Now I got that same car from that video. It's mine though. The one that I was in the video, I leased that. But now I own a red one. But I was like,
that's a blessing.
But I sat in that car. I was like, oh no, I'm getting one of these. I like how I felt at that moment. That's happening. I don't know how. I don't know the credit. I don't know nothing, but it's happening. Even with like material things. I wanted this bracelet so bad. I wanted this bracelet for so many years. I was like, I'm going to get one. I've been trying to buy this bracelet since 2021. When we went to Paris with my mama, I went into the place. It wasn't the time. I was going to buy this bracelet at the Cartier store. The guy, I couldn't afford it at that time. It was in New York. It was my birthday this last time. I was like, I want to go get the bracelet. I didn't have. I was like, but you know what? I'm going to get me a Cartier bracelet. I just love this bracelet. I've been wanting an infinity bracelet for my entire life, like ever since I knew what it was. And now I have I'm able to get the bracelet because I never forgot it. And so there's another thing that I've been wanting to get. It's taken a few years, but once it manifests, y'all gonna be like, okay, this motherfucker's not around, but it's coming from. So I'm just trying to tell you, listen, don't have doubt. If material things that you want, if you believe it, you can have it. If it's spiritual things you want, if you believe it, you can obtain it. If it's better relationships with people, if you believe it and you see the positive in those people, more of those characteristics will manifest. If you have problems with your mother or your father, stop focusing on the problems that you have with them and focus on the good qualities of them. And more of those qualities of them will show up in your life.
That's true. I know that for a fact. Amen to that. That's so true.
It is what it is. These are the facts.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah.
And so what I'm trying to tell you is right now, you are on your way. Even if it doesn't manifest right, you're going to already see results. You're going to see results. You're seeing results now. Stay on this. You're going to see results within the first 2-3. The first 2 or 3 weeks is going to be the most tricky. That week 3 is going to really get you, but you're going to be emotional. You're going to be feeling real open. It's going to be hard, but you're going to start feeling really proud of yourself. And when you get through that, that's when you start radiating at such a high level. And then you'll be able to think clearly. Your ideas are going to be better. Your talking points are going to be better. Your confidence is going to be better. And not because of me and not because of the book. It's because you are going to be a different person. You're going to unlock something in you that you have never done before, because there's a piece of you that have never done it because maybe I'm not ready. So I'm like, I'm not ready to do 60 days. I'm not ready. But then once you do it, you can be like, I can really, because the devices you have right now, you're probably thinking, how the hell am I going to do this? You probably always wanted to stop, but thinking I can't. But now you put yourself on this commitment. You're not going to want to let yourself down. You got me up here talking. You got people going live. So now you've locked it in. Because you know why? Whether you tell us or not, guess who's going to hold themselves accountable? Your inner conviction. Because now we all know Wiley's on a 60-day cleanse in September. So you can't back out.
Absolutely. You're so right.
You know,
you're right.
Over. But that kind of pressure, when you make it through that, bro, I'm telling you, you unlock a lot of stuff. It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling.
Yes. So so you said about your manifestation, I remember you said, don't share what you're manifesting for publicly. Keep that private. Do you still stand for that when you manifest something?
Yes. You can share with certain people, if you want to, but you got to be cautious in the people that you share with. I don't share my stuff. But as I've been sharing some of it, you know what I mean, because it's almost here. But I think that this particular thing, every time I've shared it, something has fails through. and I'm like, oh, who was that really wasn't happy? You know what I mean? Who was that didn't understand? So even with you going on this journey, and I get that. Here's the thing: you can share what you're giving up, but I wouldn't share
what you manifest.
What it's for, because, and it's nothing against your audience, but because a lot of people don't like me, and a lot of people don't want you to move this way, because a lot of people are going to be afraid of Wiley's changing. You are going to change. You're growing because of Wiley. But what you don't realize is a lot of people, they don't like change. They want to say, I like the old Wiley, all that. Don't you do it. You grow. You grow. And you know what I'm saying? You grow. Right. And so here's the thing. I wouldn't tell them and I personally wouldn't tell right now online what it is that you're manifesting, because your audience is not on the same page with you. And so even if they don't mean any harm, they're not supporting you. And so that energy field if you say, I want to manifest a new car and I'm giving up this, that, and the third, and you got a woman come up here, well, you can do it on your own, and you got this, and this is devil work. That's too much negativity.
Right. Because I'm like, it's because it's already started.
And so that's the thing. You don't need that energy saying, Wiley, you don't need that book to try to get a new car. You don't need, because then guess what that starts placing down. And then they are already hoping that it don't work.
That's true.
So don't even tell them what it is.
I agree.
Just know I'm on a cleanse. But you won't know what it's for, because I don't need you to try to talk me into why I don't need to do the cleanse to get what I need, and I should take your method.
Yeah, because
show me what's work for you. This is what I feel in my spirit.
Right. Come on.
and what I've learned, and it's no Sade, and it's not like that. And I'm not talking about anybody specifically. I won't do the big. I won't. And this is going to sting. It's going to sting a little bit. But I'll just say it in a sense like this.
Oh.
I don't try to teach people how to become a millionaire, because I don't have $1 million.
That's true.
Does that make sense? So I can't, you can't listen to my guys. You can't tell me how to get money if you ain't got no money. business or how to be successful on a platform, what to do if you ain't successful on a platform and doing
that's true. Amen.
Okay.
That is true.
Okay. So you take advice from the people that are where you want to be. Okay.
Absolutely.
You don't take advice from people that think they know how to get where you want to be, and they ain't there.
That's so true.
That's all I'm saying.
And the reason I gravitate to your message because I see the change from the first moment I met you via the internet to now. I see the upgrade, and I will never forget it when I said, "Hey, you should get on YouTube." Oh, this person will get along with me, Wiley. I don't like this person. You have surpassed. I'm not gonna say no names. You have surpassed each name that you discuss. You have surpassed them, and you look at where you at now, and I just see the growth. That's so true. Your career has gone down. When I saw you on Angelique, I said, "This is perfect." Even when you had the outside and you was able to clear that up on her show, that's a blessing. She didn't have to bring you back on the show. She could have had the door shut and all that, and you went back and you was able to discuss that, and it was amazing to be in a number one market. And because people forget, like Angelique is in different markets, not just in New York.
It's a syndicated show in over 50 different markets.
Absolutely. I said this is great.
And it's the number 2 show in New York on Power 105. Breakfast Club is number 1. Angelique's number 2.
That's a blessing.
And that was my first time on radio.
You did good. You weren't nervous. It was like you felt. I said he need to be the co-host because you felt so. And I will never forget. You was like, Angelique, I want to give you your flowers. You gave her flowers. Then the next time you went, you gave credit to all the creators.
Yeah,
that was on the scene. You gave them a shout out. You didn't have to do that.
Yeah,
you weren't in that shady. It was a blessing. I said, go ahead and do your thing. It's amazing. Yeah. You fit so well with Angelique. You and I said, look, because you put in the work. Many people can be upset about it, but they don't know your story. For those that just getting to know you now and to seeing you coming from the garage, even before that, from Atlanta, being on My Shady Rainbow to now, look at God. Look at the change.
But even before it was I understood I was manifesting. You knew me from My Shady Rainbow, and maybe it was more of a sassier thought process, but it was still, what did we learn today? It's still a manifestation. I knew I was better than all them.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And you knew that I knew that from the beginning because remember, Wiley, you know the history for sure. Even from the sets, I've been changing sets since Uvu, the backdrops, the garage. So my mind, I didn't know I was manifesting it, but I knew. I knew, and nothing was gonna stop it. And you knew we would be up trying to figure out shows, doing this, new intros. Every year I had a new backdrop, because I knew where I was, and it didn't matter who came in the way. From back there to now to Tasha K, Jason Lee, King Art. They hit me, I'm swinging, boom, boom, and I'm moving right on past them.
Absolutely.
And I'm moving right on past them every time. From the beginning, they beat me up. Here we go. Where are they now?
Absolutely.
You almost made me drop a bomb on this mother. Riley?
you did that, and they tried to it was people. Oh Lord, he is so funny. That was coming. You beat them all. I've seen it. I was a part of it.
I was fighting for years. Like, girl, I even had to fight you. Girl.
And you got through it. But one thing I manifest with you, I say he's my favorite. I'll say this, people that get mad, but he's my favorite celebrity.
And you spoke it.
I don't care what people say. When it say you make great music, I think you highly underrated. I went back on your video, deposit your check, got 100,000 views. I'm like, damn, when did they get 100,000 views? That's a blessing.
Even the music,
so I just think like,
even that, having the debut out number 1 on iTunes and the R&B charts, number 15 on all genres, that was huge. And making money, and whether it's either way, if I can still go, whether I don't care who listens to it, the fact that I was just like, you know what? I just want another stream of income. I paid bills with my songs.
That's a blessing.
So the idea is you just want to get to a point where anything you do in the creative space, I just want to be at a point where everything I touch, whether it's $10 or $100,000, it's all making money. And I don't, you know what I'm saying? That's what I wanted to do. And I believe that I could. Now, do I have those days where, you know, I don't have that? And, you know, shout out to my girl, Lisa. She's another one of my spiritual like coaches, and T.S. Madison. You know, I get into when I talk to those girls and like, because you got to have people around you that kind of get it, and they kind of fuel you a little bit. And so those spiritual coaches are important too. So eventually, I want to be more of a spiritual coach to people, but those are important. So, but you got to get with people to understand your vision, where you want to go, and you can kind of be open and free with them, and you go. But I think I just don't want people, our people, Black people, or you know, to get so hung up on religion when it's not about religion. Believe in whatever you want to believe in. But this is about self. This is more self-development, self-empowering, and taking back what's important for you and focusing your intention on things that matter and releasing the things that are distractions. That is what this is about.
Amen.
This is not about appeasing me. This is not about appeasing your audience. This is about undergoing a transformation for yourself. That's why either you'll finish it or you won't. And guess what I'm going to do? Keep moving either way. Mm-hmm. But guess what you won't do? You won't grow. If you decide you commit, you're going to still be stuck. But if you finish it, I guarantee you, you're not going to be the same. That's just how it works.
Absolutely. And you said it's about self-development. If you want to use the scripture, for me, I'm a Christian, so I do Christians pray more. It's about self-development. And man, you have said this was a master class, because I've always wanted to get to know more about manifestation, because a lot of it I did not know. But now that you discussed it, some things that I've already been manifesting and some things have came to pass. So I'm
happens already.
When you use that analogy with the car, you think about this one car, and then you always see that car around, that same car you was thinking about. I'm like, okay. So that's what it is. So it's not this whole.
It could even be a thing with boys. You like, I used to do it, and I didn't even realize, because I used to go. I ain't gonna hold you. I used to be like, when I used to live in Houston, I used to be like, I ain't got him yet, but I'm that nigga. And eventually, I got him. I'm gonna talk to him.
Let me say this.
Have you ever been in a situation where I'm gonna get his phone number?
Dude, I had to drop the story. Oh Lord.
He gonna come on my show.
So
he gonna come.
We did a meet and greet in Vegas, and this one of my producers, I said, you need to find a dude. So I'm gonna find a dude. Maybe 2 minutes later, I found a dude in a club and blah blah blah. That's true. So you have that was a vibe in that club in Las Vegas. That's, oh my gosh, I would never forget what Natasha told me to go find somebody. You need to find somebody in the club, and like 3 minutes later. Not even that, found somebody in the club. He was very attractive. He was a very attractive dude, and everything. Yeah, just never. It was. We had a vibe. It was a vibe. It was. I had that. Oh Lord, let's play some more of this. Oh, we almost done with this video. With this, with Armon segment, then we're gonna get to Tamar. Some good points. I think, and then also I think in the Black community, it's a saying that in the scripture said, "My people perish for the lack of knowledge." When you don't have that knowledge, you're gonna perish. And some people, they want to stay stuck. I know that I'm gonna lose some people, but I know I'm gonna gain some people. But you can't let the naysayers get to you, because they tried. Because when I brought it up, oh no, it's the devil. It's the turbo cars. He gonna do the turbo car. We not worshiping. I'm like, who's worshiping cars? Like, I didn't say none of that.
We didn't flip a single card. And if I wanted to flip a card, that's my prerogative. Now we did flip affirmation cards, but affirmation cards are totally different than tarot cards. Cards of affirmations are sayings of belief, or like, little things that you say to yourself positively when you're thinking, it just keeps you going. It's an affirmation. You affirm something in your mind like, hey, I am worthy. I am great. like the things that I was telling you, confidence comes from the promises that we make to ourselves in private and that we keep. Those are affirmations, things like that. Tarot cards are those tools where you can use them as a guide. Okay, now you don't have to do tarot cards. I like tarot cards. If I want to get into tarot cards, if I want to read a scripture, if I want to I can do whatever the hell I want to do on that end. But that has nothing to do with the journal. If you go through the journal, this is the other part. I can't have a conversation with a person that don't have the book.
Amen.
You don't know what's in the book. You're just running your mouth.
That is so true.
That's what I'm saying. And you want me to believe you and follow you? You don't know what you're talking about. Do you have the book? Show me in the book that there was a tarot card in the book. Right. Oh, wait, you don't have the book, but you expect I'm supposed to believe you. And you talk about it. He said, she said, nigga, get the book and then let's talk about it. But you already a bad leader because you don't even do your research. You just run your mouth. And bitches like that'll keep you broke. Me up.
Oh Lord.
So yeah.
I was like, it's like he don't believe it. I'm like, he do believe in God. Like, why is y'all saying all this stuff? Like, what?
So you get what I'm saying? So when you skim through the book, you'll go through and you'll see how it makes you feel. That's just what it is. So people, you got to just watch that because people go off of the internet and they just start running their mouth. And it'd be different if you go get the material. If you're really that passionate about it, go get it and break it down and see why it doesn't resonate. But you just running your mouth. You even flip one page. So you don't know what it's telling you to do.
That's so true.
So how are you telling me what I shouldn't be doing? And you don't even know what's written in the book. But you just know that you not reading. Well, you already somebody I can't follow.
That's true.
Because you just talking. You don't have a basis for nothing but your emotional opinion. And you're more worried about the person than you are the context of what's in the book.
Come on now. And somebody even posted in the chat, they said fasting / detox is in the Bible. You better know it.
It's not about me, boo. It should be about you.
Absolutely. Amen.
So
you're right.
That's that on that, Wiley. But outside of that, I'm proud of you. And I see the growth in you. And I think you're going to do really well.
Thank you so much. And you have an event that you planning for your people, awareness event
and
next year.
Let me just talk about that. Yes. So I was going to do a 365-day cleanse, but since we're here, I'm doing a 218-day cleanse because the Bali trip where I'm almost done with the itinerary, guys, for the people that want to go. But you don't have to do the 218. That's a lot of days. I'm doing it, but the Bali trip will also serve as a seal and release of our manifestation cleanse. So I'm going to go from January 1st, 2026 to the day we leave for Bali, August 6th, 2026. And then Bali will be a celebration, a release of us finishing the cleanse, and for people that did the 60-day or 90-day. And we will be sealing in our manifestations in Bali. I think it's going to be great. It's going to be a good time. On top of that, if you guys don't want to do the cleanse, you don't have to, but Bali is going to be a retreat style trip where we, do meditations. We're going to waterfalls. We're going to monkey jungles. We're having a white party. It's a whole wellness vibe, good time, food, dinner, all that. And we're going to do it in Bali. And I think I'm going to cleanse up until that day. And we're going to have a big celebration for my people. So For those people, I'm telling y'all now, the price is going to be $2,000. We're having it at that price. There will be a payment plan, and you will have to purchase your own flight. So, but the price is going to be $2,000. It's going to include food and hotel, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and all the excursions and the events. So y'all already know that's the price. Once I lay it out, those that want to come, get your coins and affairs in order, and you have to pay for your flight.
So, and then when would this be next year? Do you have the dates?
It's going to be August 6th through August 13th. Yes, that's going to be the dates, and it's going to be a whole page where you can see it. It's not just going to be me telling you, and I'm going to actually have a link. I have my team putting it together. It's going to be a link. You're going to be able to see it. It's going to be great.
Yes, yeah.
We're just finalizing it now because this is such a big trip, and it's got to be right. It's out the country, and you know how people get. You know, they get to really dissect it and trying to pull stuff together. And it's a scam. We're gonna make sure it's all right.
Yes.
So, so that's pretty much what's going on, and I think that's going to be great for the people that get into that. And we're going to be doing more because once this new thing happens, we're going to be doing more of that, and I'm going to be taking on people because I'm going to be coaching this self-development and manifestation and mindset, from where I'm at. I can't teach you how to get millions of dollars until I get it. But I can coach you on imposter syndrome and confidence building. That is where I want to lead with next, where I'm going to be teaching people like how to break through that imposter syndrome and how to be that confident person. Because a lot of people struggle with not feeling good. And the very thing that people end up not liking about me is the thing that they wish they had, a little bit more confidence. You know what I mean? To get out there and say, I'm the best and I believe it. And so I want to teach people how to shine that way because it really is magnetic and it really can break through. If you accompany that with your mindset, you can actually navigate through these places.
What Timmy say in the chat said, Armon is Wally do movement tour, Larry Reed and Tasha K got the boot. Y'all is so funny in the chat. When we got like a couple of minutes of this and we're gonna get into Tamar.
Like, think about it, and this is not even me bragging. Think of how many times everybody thought it was over for me.
A lot of times, yeah. Mm-hmm. They said this is over. Mm-hmm.
It's never over. Because I don't believe it's ever over. You see that? It's not over. It's not over till God says it's over.
Absolutely. Amen.
You know what I'm saying? It's not over. No one's going to make me think that it's over. It's just it's a reroute. But
I like
that more. We can get into that more.
It's just a reroute. Yeah, so we're going to bring it close to that. But yes, we have brought him on the show. And when I tell you, he had dropped some gems. So now we're going to get, again, on September 1st, which is tomorrow, you guys, we're doing the 60-day cleanse. Make sure y'all go get the book. If you're joining us, make sure y'all go get the book. We definitely will start on that. So let's get into Tamar, okay? The WileyTheTroll.com is back, y'all. It's back. Okay? So we put the headline, Tamar Braxton, stay online, sis, and drop that album. I said, listen, we need a family meeting about Miss Tamar Braxton. Every other week, she's threatened to log off the internet, deactivate her account, or take a break from the drama. But let's be real, Tamar, we need you online. Social media without Tamar Braxton is like Sunday dinner without macaroni and cheese, dry and disappointing. Tamar is too funny, too shady, too talented to keep disappearing on us. And let's not forget, she has the vocals. We still wait on a full album. She's been teasing forever. You can't leave your Tamar Radiant fans hanging without giving us crumbs here and there. No, we want the full meal. So Tamar, take your time to heal, protect your peace, block the haters, but stay online and drop that album. The industry is dry, R&B is starving, and the girls can't sing like you, point blank, period. We rooted for you, Tamar. Don't let the internet trolls silence you. Be the Tamar we fell in love with on Braxton Family Values, loud, shady, hilarious, unapologetic. Now, Stop playing and give us the music. So again, we have that, and y'all can give some other stories that we posted on there as well. Let me drop that real quick. We need the numbers up. We did real good with the numbers yesterday. Let's keep it up, okay? Let's keep it up. But what I want to say about Tamar is it's a couple of things I want to say about Tamar. You got to be careful. Oh, wait a minute. Come on, camera. Now you want to act up, camera? Okay. Oh, Lord, now it's falling. I'm trying to. There we go. Now you trying to act up on me? Let me see. Give me a second here. What in the world is staying? Stay up there, camera. Stop playing. Stop playing with me. Yeah, so we're talking about Tamar. So Tamar have announced that she not drop her EP. I'm like, you gotta drop your EP. Because I was listening to Love and War. I was listening to Tamar music. And I'm like, she is a talented artist. But this is the thing. Tamar got to stop hanging around the gays. It's okay to hang around them sometime. Especially not just gay because you gay, but the people that's like content creators, social influencers, because if they fall out with you, what they gonna do? They gonna go online like fucking I never did, drag you, call you everything but a child of God, and you gotta take it. Cause she announced, I'm not going to release the EP. Then she said, I'm not on drugs like some people. She was throwing shade at fucking Aniva, but she should have never been cool fucking Aniva. Do y'all remember what fucking Aniva did to Michelle ATL Brown apartment? He literally damaged that lady condo, damaged that lady floor, damaged that lady, stole that lady washing machine and dryer. So if he do that, and she actually helped him get into her condo, and he did her so wrong. So I'm like, why would Tamar be cool with somebody like that? I'm just saying. Why would she be cool with somebody like that? That had problem with black women. He talked about Michelle Italian smell. Y'all remember that? He went on Tasha K and did that. But I really believe that Tamar Braxton is the artist to be. She is an incredible, incredible artist. Incredible artist. He tried Michelle and Tasha. I'm like, what? And now he up there trashing Tamar. And people's like, I don't believe that Tamar had. I'm like, yes, Tamar definitely was in an accident. You can definitely see the proof. The dentist came out and said she had something going on with her teeth. Her front tooth and stuff fell out. Of course she had something going on. So you should immediately believe it. Who will post a bloody mouth up that line? Like, we so quick to believe people are lying. Like, she literally was in the hospital to the blood. You do know that people do sleepwalk. I've never sleepwalked in my life, but people do sleepwalk. I was just watching the Scorpion show before I did the show, and Markel was sleepwalking, and he busted his head when he was sleepwalking. So you got to be careful with this whole thing with sleepwalking. Okay? Now, I did listen to K Michelle. I did listen to K Michelle album. So I gotta listen to that. I didn't listen to it. I did listen to it on yesterday. I did listen to the Sierra album. I liked it a little bit. I'm not that involved with Sierra voice. I did hear the song she did with who was the song that she did? Oh my gosh, he out of New Orleans. Big Frida. I did hear the song that she did with Big Frida, but I'm not a big fan of her music. Funky did those things, Wally. instigated the situation. Wiley instigated the situation. It was a mess. What? They came and showed one song trash. One of her songs trash, Beyonce. She was quiet when Krishan beat up James Wright. Well, I think in the whole James Wright situation, she didn't know all the details. So she didn't want to get involved and be like, have the public so far against her. And let's be clear, James Wright is a backup singer. Somebody said, "Oh my God, bro, you still watch the Scorpio show?" Every once in a while, I still watch it up there on YouTube. I don't go follow him on Patreon because I don't follow him on Patreon. But I do watch. I did watch. If I see them live, and if I'm not doing that, I click and watch it. But I don't watch them like I used to. I was a fan of the Scorpion show. This was like even before I met Armon, I've known about the Scorpion show. I was watching them religiously on YouTube. And all their videos average like 20 to 30,000 views a piece. Yeah, I was watching them religiously back in the day. Okay? When they was at the house, when Mama Scorpio was like, baby, I go all the way back when Mama Scorpio had a YouTube channel. And she would take questions. Okay, I go back when Kevin moved out the house and had his own place for a little while. I remember when they was on the roof of this. Come on, y'all remember that when they was on that roof? When they was on the roof doing content, they was on the roof. I go all the way back when they had that house fire. Come on, and then I'll go all the way back when Jesse J was in the beef with Kevin. He was arguing, they fell out and arguing. I remember that. So they like the OGs of this. Like they don't get the respect that they deserve, but they kicked down the door. And I was a troll back in the day with the Scorpion show, and they blocked me. Man, they had blocked me off their Instagrams, and I don't think I ever got unblocked. Let me see if I'm unblocked. Hold up. While I'm thinking about it, let me see. Do they still got the same Twitter? I think I'm still blocked, if I'm not mistaken. We was trolling them back in the day. Yes, we was. We was definitely trolling them back in the day. I think I'm still blocked. Although I'm not blocked from Kevin Instagram. Oh, I shouldn't even say that out loud. I might get blocked now. I should even say that. Oh man, I might get blocked. Let me not put it out there. Oh my gosh. I shouldn't have said nothing. Let me mind my business. Oh man. What's McCare? I think I'm blocked from his. He used to flirt with me back in the day. But that was the time, child. It's over. But yeah, I still watch the Scorpion show. Okay. They said Miss Barbara, the Scorpion show. They say I've been on YouTube since 2005. Remember the reaction videos feature? Yes, the reaction video feature. I used to use that, baby. That's back in the day on YouTube where you had a reaction video feature, and if they accept, it would be under the video. You can see that person's reaction. Yes, and it was challenging to become a star on YouTube, and I wasn't consistent. But it was hard to get an audience back in the day. Like, it wasn't no live. It wasn't no live chat. Like, you really have to pre-record and share pre-record. That they like listen. When I say listen, they don't even it was challenging. Like, you literally have to record and you have to put the video up. And hopefully an audience come find you. But it was a challenge. It was a challenge. But yeah, you got to be consistent. And yeah, people have video. There was like 15-minute video limit. I think it was like 15 minutes. Yeah. So yeah, that was back in the day, child. So how many people was watching the Scorpion show back in the day? I remember that. And speaking about the Scorpion show, they were talking about Tamar. So Kevin and Tamar were cool at one point, but according to Kevin and Mikhail, Tamar Braxton blocked Kevin. They didn't pay Kevin and Mikhail for the show, The Real. So they was promoting The Real, and they was coming to the show and doing it on their YouTube channel. And then Tamar wasn't paying. So I went on and I posted something about it on Twitter. And this is when Tamar was followed. She still followed me on Twitter. Baby, she jumped. This when it was called Twitter before it was called X. She jumped in my DM. She was like, no, Wiley, this is not true. And I said, really? Let me see if she still follows. Because, people unfollow you like crazy. I think she still followed me. Yeah, she still followed me. Let me go to our messages. Let me scroll up. Back in 2013. This is how long it been. Back in 2013. She said, please don't say things like that. It's not the truth. And I said, okay, I'm so sorry. I won't say it again. And she said, thank you. I remember that back in the day. Let me see what they said. They said who Kevin and I found it later, but I have no idea who that is. Yeah, that's back in the that's Kevin and Mikhail. That's old school YouTube. That's old school YouTube. They said, well, I just want to say I'm happy. Unfortunately, you have to go through the dark times to get to your unfolding light. And I think everyone sees how healthy you are and valuable to YouTube. Thank you for that. Really can't wait to see the great things in store for you. Thank you. So yeah, that was way school back. That's back in the day on YouTube. Like you really had to be that was back in the day. And they even had discussions like, oh, they wanted to get them a TV show back in the day. So yes. Okay, so now Jason Lee got a $10 million lawsuit. He hit Enhance Health with a $10 million legal lawsuit. So it's been allegations that apparently he was signing people up to be a part of this insurance, and they stole all the data. They were stealing the data. So they said the court had jurisdiction. It's in the California Court of Civil Procedure. They let me get into the allegations. Where's the allegations at? Okay, the factual allegations. On June 1st, 2023, Healthcare Unlock Enhance enter into an agency producer agreement whereby Enhance agreed to provide various services to Healthcare Unlock to connection of the Healthcare Unlock health insurance business. Give me a second. I'm waiting for y'all to come on in here. And I'm actually going to try to send him the link. If you want to come on, that would be dope. Give me a second. Let me show y'all. Okay. So these are the factual. I don't know if y'all will be able to see it, but I posted on the screen here. Let me zoom in a little bit more. So on June, okay, so I read that part. Okay. Under the terms of the agreement, Healthcare Unlock agreed to pay Enhance approximately $9 per member per month in exchange of Enhance commitment to maintain Unlock's book of business, ensure platform security, provide equitable treatment across its downlines, provide comprehensive and accurate member information, and perform other related services. Healthcare Unlock has performed all conditions, convents, and promises required to be performed by it under the agreement. At all relevant times, Hollywood Unlocked maintained a substantial book of business consisted of approximately 10,659 health insurance members, representing millions of dollars in annual health care coverage for families and individuals across multiple states. They said the defendant's systematic breach, incorporating misconduct, and a shocking betrayal of the contractual obligations. Plaintiff alleged that Enhanced systematically undermined Healthcare Unlocked business through a coordinated scheme that allowed a competitor to steal over 10,000 healthcare clients, leaving thousands of families vulnerable during critical enrollment periods. Despite knowing that Alex Carmen, a representative of competing downline Jet Media, have been previously blacklisted and reprimanded for serious misconduct, plaintiff alleged that Enhanced recklessly grants Carmen super admin access to client relationship management CRM system, the digital equivalent of giving a known corporate the keys to Healthcare Unlock entire customer base. And that can only be described in a corporate espionage facilitated by Enhanced gross negligence. Plaintiff alleged that Carmen exploited his unauthorized super assets and made access to systematically transfer 10,659 Healthcare Unlocked members. And people signed up for this, represent over $6 million in business value to Jet Media competing better downline operation and massive client theft operation. In a brazen display of favoritism and violating the fundamental principles of fair competition, plaintiff alleged that Enhanced created a two-tier system where Healthcare Unlock and other downline were forced to use Enhanced inferior proprietary platform, Enhanced Jet, which secretly allowed preferred competitor Jet Media to use the superior benefit aligned platform, creating an unlevel playing field that violated the antitrust principles and destroyed fair competition. In a parent scheme to artificially inflate revenue, plaintiff alleged that Enhanced engaged in an unconceivable practice of intentionally family health care plans. Listen, pretty much what sums up all of this in this lawsuit, they stole the data. So people were signing up for this and they stole their information. So it's crazy. This is why it's like when you sign up for these stuff, you think that your data is safe. I don't care what you sign up for. A lot of this stuff they have data breach. Even in here in Vegas, the social, what was that? The Secretary of State office, where you get your driver's license and your ID, they had a security breach. People can't even go and get their license renewed yet. It was a massive security breach in Las Vegas and all the Secretary of State. So people can't even get their stuff renewed because it was a breach. So, but yeah, he is suing. So we have posted a whole lawsuit. Y'all can read more of this on the website. We post all of it on there. We post all of it on the website, and I could just drop the link if y'all want to go and check it out for yourself. But people actually sign up for it. It's all over the country. I'm like, what? Y'all did that? Child, you signed up thinking your data is safe, and they went on and took all your data. It's crazy. So yeah, he's suing, I think, for $10 million. For $10 million. Now, I did not know 600 Breezy and this other story you got was arrested in Wisconsin over an active warrant. I didn't know further detailed reason for 600 Breezy warrant remain unclear. He have yet to comment on the situation. 600 Breezy was arrested in Wisconsin during a traffic stop and allegedly being extradited due to an active warrant, according to No Jumper arrest. So the authorities booked him around 7:30 on Thursday. No further details on the case have been made available. When No Jumper posted his mugshot on Instagram, many fans joked about how he was looking at the time. That boy bald, and one user remarked, another user said, "Man, stay away from No Jumper." Others wonder he was doing in Wisconsin in the first place. 600 Breezy is originally from Chicago. He have yet to comment on the arrest. Social media. 600 Breezy have released a number of popular projects over the years. Oh, they talk about his project. But I didn't even know he was arrested. When I saw that on the internet, I'm like, dang, what happened? I thought he was doing good. So he had an active warrant. And when you have an active warrant, he got in trouble. So I'm like, what? That's crazy. Let me see what y'all said in the comments. You're right, 100% right. Oh, you still watching Armon piece on your on the back end. So sorry you went through that. Should have. Hope you create a life and enjoy. Let me see why I'm sorry you experienced that. It helped me through, made me learn how to get it. Other people, kids, not mine. Yeah, long story short, my parents divorced. Even I was 9. My dad wasn't feeding me much, so I had to work to feed and clothe myself. My mom would try to help, but yeah, he was taken care of. Oh wow, I'm definitely praying. Like it's sad. Like people with that, I'm definitely praying. Yeah, we can't protect it fully anymore back then. Yeah, that's what people were saying. Like you can't protect it. Your information is all over. Yeah, all the DMVs in Nevada is closed. I was like, when I said, wait a minute, what? Yeah, I call it Secretary of State office, but it's the DMV. All of it is closed. I'm like, what? That's what you got to be careful. It was hacked. Somebody hacked it. Somebody hacked it. Somebody hacked it. Let me see if I can drop the link. Somebody hacked, and I'm like, what in the world? Somebody hacked it. I'm like, what in the world? I said, what? Yeah, this said somebody hacked it. So I'm like, because I wanted to get a driver's license in Las Vegas, and I was seeing on the thing, they was like, it's closed. And I'm like, oh wow, like what happened? It was like, oh, it's been a breach, a security breach. I'm like, what? What happened? A cyber attack. A cyber attack. Now, well, let's get into Lil Nas X. This is really, 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 really sad, y'all. So Lil Nas, and we post this on the website, so make sure y'all go and check out the website. We post that story today too. So Lil Nas X's father breaks silence after son's shocking arrest. The internet is still buzzing after Lil Nas X recent arrest in Los Angeles, and now his father Robert has stepped to speak on what really went down and the heavyweight his son has been carrying behind the fame. He was arrested August 21st after he was spotted walking the street in LA with no clothes on before allegedly charged at officers. Things got heated. A 26-year-old superstar ended up facing 4 felony charges after reportedly injuring law enforcement during the encounter. He was later taken to the hospital. Days later, Lil Nas X tried to reassure fans with a quick Instagram story saying he would be okay, but his father said the story runs deeper than the viral headline. In an interview with the Sunday Times, Lil Nas X father opened up about the pressure his son faced in the spotlight, trying to keep topping his own success, being the breadwinner for so many people, and watching his mother struggle with addiction. I understand how the music business is. It's like a high. Once you get that level, you always chasing that same feeling. The proud but emotional father revealed that visiting his son in jail broke him down. To see my baby boy on the other side of that glass, I couldn't do anything but cry. We shared tears together, and I told him what you're going through is normal. We all have breakdowns, but yours just happened to play out in front of the world. Now, that's one thing I disagree with, but let him have his moment. Even from behind bars, Lil Nas X showed his heart. According to his father, he asked to share one simple message to everybody. I'm sorry they saw me like that. Despite the ordeal, Stanford, that's his dad's name, remains hopeful. He believes his son's best days are still ahead of him. He's strong, and this won't be the end of the story. Fans are already rallying online, sending love to Lil Nas X and reminding him that mental health struggles don't erase his impact or his talents. I want people to understand that mental health, people got to start taking mental health serious in this country, especially in the Black community. I am an advocate. Take your medicine. I am an advocate. Go to the hospital. Lil Nas X, I'm talking to you. Send this to Lil Nas. Let me send him a voice note, because ain't nobody going to keep it real like Wiley. I'm going to send him a voice note. Give me a second. Let me a voice note. Let me see if I can send him a voice note. Hey, Lil Nas X. Listen, I know you're going through. You had a mental breakdown. I had 2 mental breakdowns. Took off all my clothes, went inside the Walmart, went inside the library, and got tased by the police. I know how it is to have a mental breakdown, but let me give you some good advice. Go to the hospital. Get a therapist. Get on some medicine. You don't have to struggle on it alone. You got some money. You can rebuild your career. You can get back on top. Even if you don't get back on top, you still need to dedicate your life to getting your mental health in order. Because again, you can't keep getting these charges. I know how it is to the felony, because I had got a felony from the last thing I did. But I had to take it serious. And I was in jail longer than you. I was in jail for about 3 months. So take your medicine. Take your medicine. Get on the medication. Don't do no drugs. Don't drink. On tomorrow, I'm going on a 60-day cleanse. And Armon Wiggins, he's a content creator. He wrote a book, a 60-day manifestation cleanse, a journal. And you need to do that cleanse. Don't do no drugs. Don't do no alcohol. Don't have no sex. Go to the hospital. Get some help. Because, again, if you don't, you'll get in that system. And you don't want to go in that system. You don't want to go to prison. You want to get it together. And it's okay if you're not on top. Get it together. Go take your medicine. You got the money to do it. You ain't poor. You may not have the money like you used to, but you definitely have your own place because you got to bail out of jail. I'm in transitional housing. You ain't in transitional housing. You in your own house. But go take your medicine. It's okay. Get on the meds. And I say this with love. It is okay to get on your medication. It is okay to get diagnosed with an illness. It's okay. You're going to be fine. The fans will be there. But take your medicine. Go to the hospital. Go today. Get the ambulance. Call the ambulance. Get in there, and it will be okay that you're not on top. It's fine. It's okay. Everybody make music. They don't have to get another Grammy. But go ahead on and get your stuff together. Get on the medicine. I take Zyprexa. Well, it's called Laxapan. It's a generic version. I take a Laxapan and I get sleep and everything. I'm doing much better. I don't hear no voices. I don't want to take off my clothes. I'm not thinking I'm running for president. I don't think I'm about to be the vice president. I'm not a struck down Trump supporter. I got my mind. Glory, hallelujah. I got my mind back. Hallelujah. I got my mind back. Lord, Lil Nas X, I thank God I got my mind back. In the name of Jesus, I got my mind back. And you can get your mind back, son, too. You can get it back. I promise you, in the name of Jesus, you can get you can get that mind back. You can get that mind back. I promise you get that mind back. So we don't need to see you run around naked and beating up cops, stuff like that, because you black and you black. You black, and you don't want to go in that system. So again, I'm here for you. If you need anything, can't give you no money because I need money. But I sure give you a platform where you can tell your story, but go get the help and everything. If you need some advice, I give you some advice on the back end about the mental health journey. All right, you be blessed. So I left him 1, 2, 3. I left him 4 voice notes. I left him 4 voice notes. Oh, Lord, I had to drop my phone. Hallelujah. I had to drop my phone. Okay. Let's get into Snoop Dogg. So I have posted this on the website too. So go to wileythetroll.com, wileythetroll.com. How about shout out about? So the Voice executives hold a crisis talk with Snoop Dogg over his homophobic comments. Child, the drummer has already hit the Voice before the season even got started. Word on the street is NBC executive had to pull Uncle Snoop into a little come to Jesus meeting after some of his past homophobic comments resurfaced online. You already know he's joining that program. Y'all got to understand that Snoop Dogg, he didn't really say nothing that was homophobic. Can I just say that for a minute? Because I have nieces, right? And nephews. And I don't want them to be watching a movie where two women say they had a baby or two men say they had a baby or in a cartoon. In a cartoon or in a children movie. I think that is too early. Can we all agree? I think that is too early. I would feel weird, and I wouldn't even know what to tell my niece when she asked me, two girls, how can they have a baby? I wouldn't even know how to answer that question. So I don't think that they should put that material. This is me. This is my comments. I don't think they should put that material in children movies. I think that's too early. I don't even think that we should be even doing classes on that type of behavior at an early age. Now, if you're in high school and college, that's a different story. But in a children movie, I'm with Snoop Dogg on this. I'm with Snoop Dogg on this. I feel like that shouldn't be, in my humble opinion. That shouldn't be, in my humble opinion, when it comes to something like I'm with the Snoop Dogg on this. That's this one. I'm with Snoop Dogg. And I think it's a little bit too early. I know we're going to get some pushback. And this is the time when you live or you work with these people in corporate America and you say that type of stuff, you can be canceled by them because they can say, oh my gosh, it's homophobic. Oh my gosh, you said homophobic comments. But it ain't no homophobic comments. You just be honest. He didn't say nothing negative or derogatory. He just said he don't want his grandchildren to be introduced to that, so early. I'm like, and I agree with him on that. I don't see a problem with that at all. I really, really don't, in my humble opinion. So if anybody want to come on and chit chat with me, I dropped the link. Also, I have the phone lines open. Hopefully, wait, somebody DM me on here? What? Oh no, he sent that message yesterday. I'm about to say, what? Somebody sent me something over here? Okay. I thought he was canceled anyway for his Trump support. No, they it was temporary with that. They said kids are always exposed too much these days. Absolutely. I just think it was a little bit too early. In my humble opinion, I think it was a little bit too early for that. But again, him being a public figure, people gonna say, oh my gosh, why is he homophobic? Why is he this? I'm like, he ain't homophobic. He just don't want his child introduced to that early. I don't want to watch Barney and Barney kiss another male Barney. I don't want to see that. Not at all. Absolutely not. No. That's too early for children. Let children be children. But this is the world we live in. And I feel for parents that they got children now. I feel for y'all. I'm praying for y'all. That's crazy. Y'all just going and kissing and stuff like that. You see Barney getting in with another Barney. I'm like, ain't no way in the world. So that ain't me. All right. Hey, Miss Barbara.
Greetings. Thank you for this topic. Thank you for this topic about Snoop Dogg because I'm very hurt about it. He's 100% right. And I'd like to explain why.
Go ahead.
Okay. I was laying in the bed with my grandson watching a Tyler Perry movie. And I'm telling you, when they had the men on men sexual activity of kissing and hugging, I was so appalled. Like my heart dropped. It physically upset me. You know, I'm covering his eyes. I'm like, man, I can't watch this with him at all. And I meant it. That don't make me homophobic. I respect any gay, transgender to the utmost. I give them respect as a human being to the utmost. I give them so much respect when they want me to call them she. I call them he, she. But let's not. You're not going to dictate me to delusional. Like T.S. Madison said, Nene, when a man walks in a room, what do he see? She wanted Nene to express that the man will see two women. No, the man is going to see a drag queen and a woman. That's what a man is going to see. Don't try to dictate your delusion. I'm getting sick of the delusion. Okay, I'm getting sick of Wade versus Wade. Okay, woke. I'm getting sick of that. I'm one of 14 raggedy ass kids from my mother. 14 raggedy ass kids. I would not be here. And a whole lot of beautiful things are not here because it's legal, people think it's right. Okay? Like I made a statement to T.S. Madison on Michelle platform. I said what I said, and I meant what I said. I call you Miss Madison and Miss T.S. out of respect, but don't dictate me delusion. Okay? You a chick with a dick, man with a dick, and that's it.
Language, Miss Barbara.
Oh, that's what they use on her platform. I'm sorry. I didn't think it was vulgar. Said what I said. What's up?
I don't think like children should be watching like a Tyler Perry movie. How old, especially like real like infant children, because that movie
1 year old, like 1 year, one innocent little eyes years old, innocent, and I know he's going to mimic that because he watches.
Why would you put it on when you know that he's not into that movie? Like it's a child. Why would you put on Tyler Perry? You know that it's for adults.
Because it was a very good comedian on there that I met on YouTube. He's mad funny. Tyler Perry picked him up. You know, he surfs the internet for young flesh meat. So I knew he was fine. I knew Tyler Perry would try to use the excuse that he's talented. Anyway, in my opinion, that's my opinion about him. Anyway, I like this comedian. This comedian is mad funny. Tyler Perry mixes up Madea with homosexuality. He mixes his stuff up. You know, it used to be a time I used to be a fan of Tyler Perry. It was nothing that Tyler Perry could put on that I wouldn't watch. But it just got too homophobic for me. You understand? It just got to be too much.
Do you know? Wait a minute. How is it homophobic? It's not homophobic. Tyler Perry's not homophobic.
No, I'm just saying I meant just the opposite. Okay. Too explicit, you know, too much too much homosexuality. That's what I meant.
Okay. Because I know one of his shows, dang, I can't think of what they said the highest. What's the name of that show? When it's like the highest and oh my God. So the people wear all like purple robes and stuff. But anyway, in that, y'all let me know what it is, y'all. That's one of Tyler Perry stuff. I haven't watched it in a long time. But in there, they had it where he was whooping the girl and he was like playing with his meat. And then she was hopping on the meat. Jeez. And then that character had got fired. And I think he even had relations with the highest, with the dude. I'm like, oh my God. It's like Tyler Perry do be having that type of scenes in his movie. The Ruthless. That's the name of it, Ruthless. And they be having all type of stuff up in there. But you know, people fell in love with Tyler Perry. People fell in love with Tyler Perry and what he does, stuff like that. He even been questioned of being gay, but that's what people are saying.
You know, people say, hold on, Wally. This is what I'm talking about, delusional. This is what you're going to try to tell me. It's not obvious for you what position Tyler Perry plays.
No, it's very obvious. I think he do some storytelling. Again, his content is not for children. He did make a show for children and it got canceled on Nickelodeon, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all correct me on that in the chat. But his movies is not for children.
I'm just saying, you try to act like that man is not an obviously gay man in your eyes.
Well, he could be bisexual because he got a kid.
Jesus. So his money bought a kid and a model. Congratulations.
Again, I don't know all his business. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, because they even say Oprah is gay. You see?
That thing, Oprah is the worst thing that ever happened to Black Americans. She gave us President Obama. She's the worst thing that ever happened to Black Americans. I'm sorry.
So again, it just like, I'm just saying that's how it be. They said now, you know, she's not going to let that go. Those are negative people. They said Ruthless is disgusting. I had to start watching. What is Ruthless? That she said somebody said Ruthless is disgusting. I had to stop watching it. Oh my God.
They got a new series on Netflix with my favorite comedian I'm talking about. He's a good, handsome man. He's mad funny. Don't even know his name. He's on a Netflix series. I think Tyler Perry got that Netflix series.
Yeah. Which one is that one?
I don't know the name of it. But the lady that used to play on.
Oh, is it the Boaz one?
The one with is this lady playing a senator or something? One of our.
Oh, you talking about She the Governor?
That's
you
right.
Talking about that when she played the governor?
Yeah, that comedian, that light skinned guy. That's my comedian. That's my guy. He was on YouTube. He's still on YouTube.
Really?
The one that dressed all crazy. He be like, unhand.
The one that played her.
Her driver friend. Yes, he's so handsome.
Yeah, I can't. I know what you're talking about. I just can't get into that show. It's kind of boring to me.
No, it's like if you get into him, he's mad funny. You got to watch him on YouTube. Mad funny. I wanted to see him on a sitcom, and I was wondering when Tyler Perry was going to fish him in his net. But Tyler Perry, that show, the writers is whack. They got the lady out of place. She used to play Carl Winslow's wife on, what is it, Family Matters? She used to play a good show. They got her looking like a complete fool in her character. You know,
it's on Netflix. It's called on Netflix. It's called She the Governor.
Yes. But that comedian, if he sets him right, we gonna have a good show. That comedian is
no. It's called Miss Governor.
It's
called Miss Governor.
I don't even like the lead lady as an actress. Really, she really don't.
And that's the one that played. I forgot her. I can't think of her name, but she played as Steve Harvey. She was a ghetto chick, assistant at school. But no, I can't get into the show. To me, it's cheesy. It's just dry.
Better writers. If we could get some better, man, they got to do a good show with those characters. Leave her out. I just want a good show with him. He's mad funny, and he looked like he's not gonna let go.
Hey, how you doing?
Oh boy, here we go. Let's get ready to go. What's up, J-Ho? What's up, J-Ho? Let's get ready.
It's not J-Ho, it's J-Yo.
I said J-Ho until she apologized. She was bothering.
Why she I ain't apologizing to you.
You don't have to. Go ahead. I'm gonna rumble you. Let's go.
Rumble yourself with that dirty mask on your face.
Now she talking on her ass. Now she
I know it. Mask stink. All them cigarettes she be smoking.
No, I don't smoke cigarettes, baby. That was gross.
She got that New York voice. So you want to say something, JL? Since you hit the link.
Who got that is not a New York voice. That's a smoke.
Hey, yo, did you watch that ratio you did last night, girl? Did you wash your mouth after that fellatio you did last night?
I don't do those things.
Dirty. Relax.
I don't do those things.
Relax, young lady. Come up here and have a conversation. Stay
anyway.
Yeah, get on the subject. Stop trying to come for me.
So anyway, Wiley.
Okay.
Hold on, Miss Barbara.
It's not a part of sex.
You know she gonna talk over me. That's all she do.
Yeah, she always do. I have to mute her mic because she be talking over people.
No, but so on your topic about the kids or whatever, I feel like they've always been doing that, regardless if it was like, you know, homosexual or not. It was heterosexual stuff where they were like showing people kissing each other and doing certain things, and they would have them do it as children as well on certain shows. And I always just thought that kids were always exposed to weird stuff, you know, like this. It's always been like that. And now that it's like, you know, they're highlighting the whole homosexual thing, it's like they exclude the fact they've always been doing that.
Yeah, because like, when I was coming up, I wasn't watching that stuff.
No, we didn't. We
It'll
didn't.
be
I
on
was
like
watching.
Disney
I was,
and stuff.
Yeah,
No,
Disney. So do y'all remember? Do y'all remember Arthur? Do y'all remember
Yes.
the Dragon Tales? Dragon
Yes.
Tales.
Dragon Tales. Yeah, those are innocent, but you know, like there's, you know, other ones like.
But look at the
that was other way. And then what my mom did put on a movie that was inappropriate, she would always say close her eyes, or you know, she would say close her eyes, and we would have to do that. And I still peek through, you know, because I'm like, I'm gonna see what's going on. But yeah, it wasn't like so much LGBT stuff back when I was coming up and stuff like that. Now heterosexual, not in cartoons though, because what Snoop Dogg was talking about, it was is it Buzz Light? What was the name of the movie? It was
Toy Story.
Yeah, it was that. So I mean, you should have it on there. I wouldn't even know what to say. My niece would ask me a question like,
"Well, you want to know something crazy?"
I got saved.
Hold on 1 second, Miss Barbara. Let me hold on. Go ahead, sis. Go ahead, JL.
You want to know something crazy though, and this is like weird when I found it out. But you know how like the 7 deadly sins, right? You know the 7 deadly sins. Mm-hmm. You know that pride is one of the 7 deadly sins, right?
Absolutely.
And then that's something that is paraded. And pride, if you look up pride, the demonic name for pride is Lucifer. So when people are parading pride, they're parading Lucifer and don't even realize it. So I always thought that was weird. And it's not just, it's not just pride for like homosexuals either. It's like black pride, white pride, Hispanic pride. It's like pride is like something that people parade so much. And nobody ever does that for God. They don't glorify God like that. And they don't even realize, you know, the stuff that they're saying. So that's all I wanted to say with that.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff is demonic. Like we living in the last days, and it's a lot of stuff are just it's a lot of stuff on television, a lot of stuff on cable. I don't even know what to do. Like if you try to raise kids these days, because it's like it's everywhere. It's all over the television, especially if they have a YouTube. Unless you have the parental control.
Was a beautiful statement.
It's like it's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Thank you for that information. That was a hell of a statement.
Oh, Miss Barbara, go shove it.
Yeah, listen, let me explain something to you. Everything I say, I'll be real about. TI 1000, let me tell you something. Wally saved me because guess what my fast is? No more grabba, no more marijuana. So I'm sweating like a dolphin right now, okay? Because I don't have no grabba or marijuana. And
because a lot of people were saying, Miss Barbara, you should do the 90-day fast. So
I am doing it. I am doing it in Jesus' name.
I mean, the 60-day fast.
I'm doing it in Jesus' name. I'm telling you, I'm getting rid of the grabba and the marijuana. So I'm doing that in Jesus' name. So I'm real with mine, but I'm not doing it and following, giving that book the praise. I'm going to give my God the praise because I'm going to do it in the name of Jesus. That's what I'm talking about. Now, pull up T, because I want to kill both you birds in one stone. I'm tired of you, J-Ho, hating on me, yo.
Ain't nobody hating on you. You just annoying.
I'm not annoying. You gotta.
But Miss Barbara do be having a takeover, sir. We're pretty much the last channel that allow her on. I think
that is a lie, and no truth is in there.
A lot of
wants me on their channel.
A lot of channels A lot of channels, they may let her on for like 5 minutes. They don't keep her on long.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, Wally is a liar and no truth.
That's the truth.
Wally knows me and he knows that I'm growing his shit. Okay,
they don't keep you on long. Like she was over there. She was over there with Conscious. She was over there with Conscious, and she was over talking Conscious. And I guess one day Conscious was over. He said, "You ain't welcome."
That's a lie. Now, Wally, if you go to say live, if you you know what, Wally? All right. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna leave your channel. I'm gonna stay on the bushes, and we gonna see. Okay?
They don't let her hit. They don't let her hit the link. She went over there.
Exciting your channel be then.
She went over there. She went over there, and she tried to go back over there, and she was blocked. Now you got blocked over there.
I was not blocked over there. I was blocked in the back, not on the front. Shit. You keep talking about
you was blocked. Whether it was the front, the back, or the side, he had blocked you.
His subscribers got his ass blocked because he gonna stay on 50. Okay, now you want to go up. You want to go up or down.
But I'm just telling you what he did over, and then she bought him a bracelet or the crown.
Mm-hmm.
I think she bought. What was that? You bought him a crown.
No, I
and then he didn't wear it.
I bought the crown for Official King Payne.
And then what did you buy for Conscious?
He didn't take it, so ain't no sense of talking about it. Now, what I was going to give you just lost your blessing. I ain't getting you SHIT. Watch.
Okay. Miss Barbara, we just talking. What?
No, you lost your blessing. I'm sick of you with that fix.
So, Miss Barbara, I have a question. So, with the information that you just received, you thanked me for it. Why? What's so?
Because that was phenomenal to hear from a young queen. That was phenomenal. To give me the definition of pride. That was phenomenal.
You never knew that?
Never. And I will be spreading that in my testimony.
And you a messenger. You're supposed to know these things.
No, you got to give it to me. I know. Listen, let me tell you something. I am not the dictator of this. Saints, beautiful angels give me messages to give y'all. I'm not me. I'm not Omar. I'm not a dictator. When I get the messages, I got to get it out. Or I will be fickle, running around crazy. I got to get it out. Messages in my head night and day. The government diagnosed me schizophrenic. So, I got to get the messages out. And they're not my messages. They are messages to help the Black Americans make heaven on earth. It's not a joke. I'm real serious. My pages are not for money. My pages are for kings and queens only. Okay, that's it. I got a message for us to obtain.
I told Ms. Barbara
for us to obtain the prohibition of marijuana.
That she need to get into the political stuff over there in New York and get into the mayor's race, and she haven't got into it yet. So I've been telling Ms. Barbara to get into that mayor's race, but she haven't done it yet since she's so political, because she said that she was having doubts about her housing and stuff. Ms. Barbara, you said you had doubts about your housing.
We supposed to be obtaining the prohibition of marijuana. Fuck housing. I smoked up a house a week. I don't give a damn about housing. I'm good.
Okay. Oh, so you don't have a problem with the housing and stuff like that. So that's a blessing.
Listen, I'm not letting nothing.
But Ms. Barbara, let me ask you a question really quickly. So did you go to the protests that Reverend Al Sharpton had when they was protesting on Wall Street?
Reverend Al Sharpton is a snake.
I'm just saying, did you go to the
I would never go to nothing though. These snake fake, leaders. They're nothing today. They need to be ashamed of themselves. What I exposed in the Democratic Party in Harlem, New York, the way they dogged us out and gave away our community and gave all our stuff to these African and people without color, the NAACP is going to get sued. Okay, they're going to be a part of our God, when I think about it. Okay,
I understand that, but Ms. Barbara, so you said you didn't go at all for that, and you're not voting for the mayor. You're not going to vote at all this time.
Definitely not. It's a waste. I see it's a waste, because if we vote for that immigrant, Donald's going to start a war and blow New York up so he can rebuild.
Okay, I hear you about that. But we're not gonna be on here too long. I did want to say about the whole situation with Tamar. I really want her music to come out. We did share her on the page on our website on waterthetroll.com. I really want her to release her music. because you got K Michelle, she released music, so I'm gonna listen to her album after this episode. But yeah, I'm just saying, okay. I'm just saying, like Tamar makes good music, and I know this is gonna be controversial. What I'm about to say, she sounds better than Toni Braxton.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think they're both very talented. But Tamar, she has like a really beautiful like voice that you can't really like. But Toni Braxton, she has one of those voices you'll know. You know what I mean? Like you'll never mix them up.
Oh yeah, you'll know. You're like, okay, that's a Toni song. Yeah, that you know. But
I think it's ludicrous. I think it's ludicrous when I hear people talking about she didn't lose her teeth, she's faking her injuries. I get so sick of that idiotic Simon Says garbage. Like, I'm not gonna listen to you dictating that she faked her injury. The lady was injured. It wasn't all about that funky diva.
Was you there?
Funky Diva got ridiculed because of the way that he came on and expressed no concern about a star named Tamar Braxton, calling her a lady. You understand? He was unconcerned. And that's why the internet came after him. If he would have came on the internet talking about, oh, my dear friend had a terrible accident, I'm very concerned, y'all, nobody would have came after his funky behind. Okay?
My thing is he definitely was wrong. I feel that Tamar, they wasn't really friends. I'm so tired of people saying, this is my friend, this is my friend. No, if y'all was really friends, y'all wouldn't have fall out this quick. Y'all were associates. Y'all were just associates.
He was calling her that lady. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that lady, because he kept saying that lady. I'm like, y'all not friends
at all.
I'm like, I think fucking I even felt some type of way when they went inside the restaurant, and when I saw the live, this before the incident, this was when they was at a club, and she was getting all the praise. Everybody was looking at her, she was getting all the praise, and fucking they ain't pay him no mind. They really, really don't. And a lot of people don't pay him no mind unless he put on a wig, and they'd be like, oh my God, let's show him some love. But yeah, people don't be paying fucking even no mind like that out in the real world. Of course, you get the clout on the internet, but in the real world, Tamar definitely did that. But they weren't real friends. Yeah. I'm so tired of that term, friends, because fucking if that was really your friend, you would be praying for Tamar. You wouldn't put out that she allegedly had that dragging her for a platform, then threatening her. Somebody she don't really got 24. I'm like, what? Who are you? But Tamar get herself with these gay guys, and she come out better just being with her sisters.
I mean, even them, they're not even like what's her name? The one with the missing tooth. I keep forgetting her name.
You talking about Tracy, Tawanda, Tony? Oh, Krishan. Okay.
When she tried to like invite her, you know, that was drama. It's like that woman's prone
and
to
look
drama.
How that turned out. Yeah. She hit James in the mouth, and he had to go to the dentist and get his fixed.
Wally.
Blood was everywhere. He punched her. He was bleeding. So, and I felt bad because James Wright Chanel is unproblematic.
Right.
He don't be in no drama. He's big and cuddly, like a big teddy bear. He don't be in,
I hate the way Patty LaBelle.
I remember the last time he was in drama. I remember what was Jaguar Wright put out a rumor that James Wright Chanel did something with a little boy. Y'all remember that? She tried to put out that rumor about him. And I had said this. Yeah, that's what Jaguar, right? You know, and she's
Jaguar.
Yeah, she tried to put out a rumor about James Wright Chanel that he did something. And James had hit me up. He said, "Why is she like that?" I said, "Don't pay that lady no mind. She's mental. Like she gets on the internet and she put out again. Now, fast forward down, she's running away from Rabbit Night process service. Like she's skipping town and stuff.
She's still going to get heard. Because if they can't find it,
right? And then she run away from she got a warrant. I'm hearing that she got 2 warrants. If I'm not mistaken. That's what Danny Robinson said on her platform. So I'm like, what? I'm like, oh my gosh! But yeah, y'all gotta be careful. Well, I love Tamar.
Jail for that.
Yeah. I love her music. I feel like Tamar Braxton is such an incredible artist, and her rise. You gotta understand, when Tamar came out, she was everywhere. Tamar had a show, she had a reality show, she had a TV show, and she released Love and War. That album is still a banger. But I would love to see her release a new project. I don't think she should allow the public to sway her not to release. Because if you allow the public, because you're not going to have everybody love you. That's how I tell people, get out of them comments. Get out of them comments, because people going to say all time, especially if you want to do this type of work, being a celebrity, being an artist. Because look how they talk about Beyonce. They call her a witch. They call her all type of stuff, but it don't stop her ride. She's still out here performing and stuff like that. They talked about her daughter. Her daughter didn't come out here crashing out. What did her daughter do? She started rehearsing more. So I just feel like if you can't handle these comments, you shouldn't try to be a celebrity or a creator, a content creator, because it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. I was on the live, and somebody was dragging me for a film. I could easily went away and cried about it, but I'm like, that's how they feel. But it ain't gonna stop me from doing what I'm doing. I'm still going to my 6 day.
Can I ask you a question? Can you be asked a question? Wally, can I ask you a question? What do you think that Funky Diva meant when he said, Tamar, I'm still keeping your relationship a secret and your health a secret? What do you think? I
don't know, but fucking I need.
I asked you a question. Stay on that subject. What do you think?
Fucking Diva. I don't believe none of men be talking about. I can't really watch him unless he having a week.
Okay, well, let me tell you.
When I go to his channel, I went and I watched the stuff about Tamar. I had to watch stuff about Tamar just to get some context about what's going on with him and Tamar. But one thing I was like, why would you threaten this woman? Tomorrow, if you could say something about, I'm like, ain't no way in the world. You was mad. I believe this, that Tamar got all that support. Now, when the whole situation came out with her with the teeth, you automatic tried to make it about you, like you're getting so much dragged and all that. You can't run away from the drug allegations, because Michelle ATL, every time she do a live about this man, she said the man is on drugs. And he even admit that he did drugs. I don't know if he's done with it, and but we saw a couple of lives where he was sniffing on the live. I don't know if y'all remember this. He was sniffing on the live. He said, hold on, you can hear him sniffing. And then speaking about drugs, let me switch gears here. Orlando Brown, I saw a video of him with a bag of cocaine doing drugs. I said, well, I feel so bad for Orlando Brown. I saw that he was on not Instagram, he was on TikTok Live, and somebody posted it on Instagram. I say, can y'all please keep that man in prayer that he go to rehab? And that's why he be selling all that crazy stuff, because there'll be no drugs. He just went. That man could be making millions upon millions.
Christ.
But he definitely on them. He loves them drugs. Like, it's crazy.
You mind if I say something?
Hold on, wait. I'm trying to make a point.
Hold on, JL. Hold on, Ms. Well, go ahead, JL.
I'm sorry. I didn't even want to talk over you, but I knew she was going to go in.
Yeah. I'm going to leave.
But I just wanted to say, before I forget and get talked over yet again. Okay. Thank you. So what I was trying to say, I can't even think. This woman done talked so.
This bitch.
I had a point. So when you were talking about the fast, I saw where Deborah, I'm always doing it. Barbara, when she was talking about
don't speak. Really,
oh my gosh!
Come on, let her finish, Ms. Barbara. Go ahead.
What I was trying to say, I saw where her perception was. I got what she meant, but like I also, how can I put this? I don't necessarily agree with Armon, but I don't always agree with anybody really, because everybody has their own perception of how they want to perceive God and how they want to deal with certain situations. When he said that, when you do your fast, it's not about God. I always see God in everything. And I could be a little messy person, I could be goofy, I could be all kinds of stuff, but I see God in all my ways. And so when I go into this fast, I just want to acknowledge God. So also when Barbara was like, what God do you serve? Da, 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 da. God is God. You know what I'm saying? Like when people keep trying to put God in a box, you're not going to really know who God is. You're going to always search for God in these worldly things, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's a Bible, tarot cards, whatever, you're literally seeking God in the world versus understanding that God is within you. So I just wanted to say that before I get talked over, because I was just really wanting to say that. And then I always feel like, I don't know you, Wally, but I respect how you go about things, because it's like you have an open mind. Having an open mind can get you attacked, but as long as you trust God, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I agree. I agree. Even when he was explaining, because I asked him, I said, do you believe in God? He said, yes. He was explaining, he said, if you want to read scriptures, that you could do that. And I just think a lot of times when I announce that, when I received the Manifestation Journal in the mail and it was written by Armon Wiggins, a lot of people have their own issues with him. Right. And what people do, they project and everything. And then here, they'll try to have me to, well, you shouldn't be doing. I'm like, no, I'm doing this, okay? And I'm standing 10 toes down. And we had a beautiful conversation. He explained some great stuff about that. And I know I'm not having no conversation with nobody that say they believe in God and Jesus, but they don't read their Bible. I'm right in there. I'm cutting you off because I'm like, I'm cutting you off because you don't even read the word of God. I'm cutting you off and just cutting you off right in there. You know, because I love my word.
They use cards to make people disappear. I'm cutting that off. When you use cards for witchcraft, I'm gonna cut that off.
That's your prerogative, but nobody said nothing about no cards. So
yes, he did.
This is just like
he uses a card to make people disappear.
He said in the book, it said nothing about no cards. Okay, I read all through it. Nothing about no cards here, and so. It's a so when people just get to talk, didn't even read, don't even have the book. It don't say nothing about. It don't say nothing about no cards.
He said it himself. And I told you I have respect for the holy word. Yiraka, I'm gonna keep my opinion about myself. I told you I got respect for that. So stop trying to push that on me. And stop trying to have me up here being treated like a fucking idiot too.
Wally's pretty much Satan.
Miss Barbara, you can't be coming up here cussing. Respect.
No, but you trying to treat people like an idiot.
Do you hear me cussing, ma'am? Yes or no? I'm not cussing, so you can't cuss.
Wally's pretty much stating that in the book, it doesn't say anything about cards. He's not saying that he never said anything about
right. I'm just talking about the book.
I'm saying that Armon Wiggins himself came up here and said he uses a card to make people.
Yeah, but he's talking about this fasting.
Hey, that's Armon.
He said he uses a card to make people disappear if he feel like it. That's witchcraft. That's witchcraft.
Yeah. But you know, witchcraft comes in many forms.
I'm not going to promote his 60-day book.
Certain things you be saying is witchcraft. Did you know that?
Which card you can make people disappear? I want that card.
Ask him. He said he could get the card and make you disappear.
Which card can make people disappear?
Look, you know the takeover spirits witchcraft, don't you mess with me?
I'm a certain fast in the name of Jesus Christ.
But my thing is, whatever you believe in, that's all right. I know for me, with this 60-day cleanse, we're going to be praying more, presenting scriptures, and we're expecting a change. And I'm so excited for people saying they're going to do it. Like even today in this episode, I didn't even do a Red Bull. I said, you know what? Today, I'm not even going to drink a Red Bull. I'm going to just start a little early for not drinking a Red Bull. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited for this 60-day and watch the change and stuff. So, yes, it's definitely great. We did have Armon come on the show. We will bring him back on to talk about this. It was beautiful that we did a multi-stream. His audience was able to hit the link and comment in the chat. It was a blessing. I think it's a great collaboration. But we all, it is. Sugar, Red Bulls, drinking a lot of sugar in your coffee is just bad for you anyway. Like eating a lot of junk food is bad. That's why it's so hard to get off of that, because it's an addiction, because what they put in that stuff, all that sugar, it's unhealthy and stuff. But because one of my subscribers reminded me, they said, well, you took a break before, and I remember you had lost all that weight. I was like, you're sure right about that. So we're doing this for 60 days. I'm excited, and I would love to go to Trinidad. I would love to go to Trinidad. Did he say Trinidad? Oh no, he said Bali. I would love to go to Bali. It just because I would love, because I've never been outside the United States of America, and for that to be my first time to meet Armon Wiggins, that will be such a blessing. Do that, and for a white party, I've never been to a white party in my life with all white, and never been to a white party in my life. I did do yoga when I was in the mental hospital. When I went to the mental hospital, they had me doing yoga, and I enjoyed it. I said, "Oh my gosh, I enjoy doing yoga." They had us doing yoga. They had us eat I wanted American meals. I didn't want no Mexican food. I said, I need American dishes. And so they made sure I got that double portions. I made sure I got that. And we was doing yoga. So I'm like, I'm excited for that. I would love to go to that because I think that's a good awareness retreat and all that. Being around people that's doing it for as well. And then definitely. And so once you get a passport, it will motivate you to see the world. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, you can find yoga on YouTube and stuff like that. I'm gonna start clicking on my YouTube channel and finding some yoga and stuff like that. But I was doing that on what was I? I was in the hospital and we had the yoga mats. It was amazing. I enjoyed it.
I actually like going to the hospital. Like when you having an episode, it's like, I don't know. It's like everybody's connected to God. Like you'll have really nice conversations.
It was, yes. I'm telling you, I had a ball. The last time I went to the hospital, it was fun.
Wally,
it's fun until you getting bodyguard slammed in.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and get a 4-point restraint or getting the medicine.
Right.
I've been in that place.
Wally, let me tell you something. You look like if Armon bring you a pink with ink on it with blood, you'll sign a contract. You understand? You getting too damn gullible about this. You're talking about Bali and Wally and all of that. You going to different countries.
Gosh.
When you go to these different countries, there are strict rules. Don't get your ass arrested in them damn countries. There are strict ruls.
You are drama filled, boy.
Stop following everybody. I mean what I said.
Miss Barbara, you are so negative. You are so negative about the subject. You are just so negative. Just like you put out a lie and said New York ain't got no apartments, and then we proved that to be a lie. So it's 1,400 apartments in one area that I found. Then it was 2,000 apartments in another area. It was plenty of apartments. So again, Ms. Barbara, you put stuff out there. But again, I actually want to go on this 60 day. It's going to be amazing. I'm looking for the change. And also, even in the Bible, they brought up some good points. They do fasting. Even Jesus, he was going through so much. He fasted for 40 days and 40 nights.
Right. I'm a fast.
He had fasted. Yep. So it have its health benefits, but we're manifesting some things. Like I'm already I'm just already thinking, and I can't wait to write stuff down. I'm excited. I'm excited and stuff like that. I'm really excited. They said Miss Barbara means well, but she is too negative.
That's what she's putting out to them idiots.
I get what she's saying, but her approach is wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm asking, what's going to be the diet for the fast? Like, what we supposed to eat?
Well, for the people that's doing it, say for instance, like, okay, give me a second here. They said, identify your vice. Vice is something that you struggle with, something that's like a bad habit. So one of my bad habits, a couple of my bad habits is junk food, Red Bulls, and junk foods and Red Bull, right?
Yes, is weed.
And adult entertainment, because I be watching a lot. So I'm taking a break for that for 60 days. So, if now I'm not eating junk food, I implement that fruits and vegetables, more about fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. But absolutely. I'm looking forward to this 60-day fast. I'm looking forward to it.
You didn't give the diet. What we supposed to do?
Are you doing like an intermittent fast? Like
no, for me, I'm still eating 2 meals. I'm still eating because they still serve us like a sandwich. I'm still eating sandwich. I'm not gonna starve myself. And they still feed us a meal like meat and like rice. But the thing that's like a bad habit for me is the junk food and the adult entertainment. So we cancel that out for 60 days.
Got you. But you're still probably in a window since you're going.
So it's like somebody said mine is weed. Somebody said mine is weed. Somebody said that. Okay, I'm sorry, J.O. What were you saying?
No, I was saying like you're still in a window though, based off of how they feed you, like the time and stuff.
Yeah, like they feed, like they literally feed like dinner at 5. They do lunch at 12 and stuff. So I make sure I go. I don't eat the breakfast because it's not a hot meal. It's just muffins, and then I still be asleep. Because when I take my medicine, I get my 8 hours. I wake up around like 9 a.m.
So all you do is get rid of devices for 60 days. Devices. That's the fast. To get rid of the bad things. That's it. Not a particular don't drink, don't eat, none of that. Like,
yeah, I just told you what I'm not eating to drinking. It's the Red Bulls and the junk food.
Okay, what I was asking you, like, you know, when you fast in the church, you don't eat till 6 and all of this stuff. Like, you understand what I'm trying to ask you?
Oh, okay, that's a fast. Like, if you want to go on a fast, then yeah, you can do that. But I'm talking about like when you're going on a cleanse, your vices are.
You
it's like a cleanse.
The devices, okay.
Yes. Okay. Now some days I will go on a fast to be like from midnight to 12 noon. I won't drink or eat. Like some days I will do that, but that's not the whole thing. But the cleanse, I'm staying at that for 60 days. Definitely staying up for 60 days on the cleanse. Absolutely. But I think anybody. I remember back in the day when I was in church, we used to fast on Friday night, Saturday, and then 12 to 12 noon Sunday. So there's some of the same fast from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and up to like Sunday, 12 o'clock noon. Do you have like some soup? They call it a shut-in. And I will never forget. And when I would go to church, I would be like, I'd be in the spirit, want to shout, want to sing. I'd be so turned because it has something to do with energy. And all of that is like you in the spirit, it's amazing. Like when you like some people, y'all need to try that sometimes. Like you go on a fast and be like for a couple of days, you will see your spiritual journey even change, especially when you fasting and praying. Oh, you a powerful person. Don't mess with a person that's praying and fasting. Them type of person you don't want to mess with because they got the ear of God. You don't mess with the type of people that really get into their praying and fasting mode. Some people you don't want to mess with.
You know,
the double cross.
I would like. Can I get something? I would like to say something. I want this fast to really work for me because there used to be a time I never smoked marijuana. Used to hate marijuana. Now all I do is smoke. I want to get rid of that. So that's what I want to accomplish.
Yeah, you definitely. I remember at one point, I used to do that. And I had to stop because I'm like, it was making me sleepy and sluggish.
Yeah.
It was making me sleepy and sluggish and having me eat a lot of junk food, like going crazy. I would get the munchies like crazy. But yeah, you have to do it one day at a time. Even in this the journal here, it says that third week is gonna be rough. I think it said the third week, if I'm not mistaken.
Sometimes you gotta
it said the first 3 weeks maybe. The first 3 weeks going to be especially tough as you adjust to life. So yes, because anytime you ain't giving it to your flesh and to them cravings, it's gonna act up. But we'll get through it. It's all about the mindset. Because it was a thing when I used to say, "Oh, I ain't gonna be able to get through this. I just go to prison. I don't want to do it." And then I changed my whole mindset to that whole situation, and some opportunities opened up where I didn't have to be in a shelter. I can be in this particular program. So you have to change your mindset. But if you think negativity all the time, negativity will come to you and draw to you. That's how some people have so much drama. Have you ever noticed a person, they be all arguing and fighting all the time and cussing and that all of that come to you. Arguing and fighting and fussing.
Somebody
and drama.
said the blunt today keep the felonies away.
So it's like it's just real crazy. They said people, and then I've heard people say weed is I'm dependent on that because it makes me sleep good at night, or it makes me feel happy, or it's stuff like that. But also too with weed, let's be clear, that's also expensive too, because if you have a weed and alcohol habit, that pockets, you paying a nice piece of money for that stuff too. So especially if you love to drink and smoke all day every day, you got to have some bread because weed ain't free. Neither is alcohol.
This is more of a personal question, but have you ever dissociated?
From what?
Like just like blackouts where you like don't remember anything. Dissociate like completely. Like,
no, I never I've never been aware. Everything that I did, especially when I had my mental breakdown, I can remember everything. I don't think I was like a black out. It's just like I didn't have control. It's like
I mentioned that because before Barbara goes in, I mentioned that because I did that for like a whole month. I was out of it. And
you was like, oh my god.
Right. And I woke up and I was real slim. I had lost all this weight because I wasn't eating. I wasn't doing nothing. I had literally just went to a whole different realm, I guess. And I was like hallucinating real bad when I woke up.
I remember I wasn't even back in Chicago. I wasn't even sleeping.
That's why we get along, little.
And I thought the food. Hold on one second. I was sleeping. I thought the food was like poison, and I couldn't sleep at all. I didn't eat, and I lost so much weight. You could literally see the bones like that. I had lost a lot of weight in that situation. Following me in Texas, where I wasn't eating or sleeping, and I was going off with people at work. My coworker, they said, "You got caregiver burnout," because I was working all these crazy hours,
right?
And I'm already manic, and I just had a manic breakdown, just like that. And but I've never been at a point where I like blacked out because I still remember what I did. But it's like when you manic, it's like it's a feeling like you on top of the world.
Yeah.
And it's like a rush. It's really like a rush. And when you ain't on that medicine, people that got mental problems, they got that mouth. They know how to argue. They know how to fuss. They know how to fuss fight. I mean, look at me and my mouth, how I was acting and yelling at people, even when I was stuck for traumatic out of my mind, talking about a lady with a wig. This man wanted to beat me up on the strip. It was the other situation. I was arguing at a fat lady, and then she stepped on my foot, and I said, "You big machine." And it was just drama all around that I was having. But yeah, it's like you can't turn off. And I thank God for the medicine, because I'm like, you have to have the medicine to help you sleep, to reprogram to reset your body. Because again, when I want to take my meds, I'd be up for days and days. Then I would go live, do 10-hour live, 12-hour lives, 15-hour lives. I couldn't shut it because people with bipolar have a struggle sleeping. So that's why you need the medicine. So when I took the medicine last night, it didn't really kick in. I took it around like 10 o'clock. It didn't really kick in until like 1:30 and to me to go to sleep. So I finally couldn't fight it no more, and I went to sleep, and I felt so good because I dreamed, even though y'all shaded me for having a dream about the president of the United States, but we had a whole conversation in my dream. We were talking, and then one of the dreams that I had today, I was at the airport with somebody, and we was chatting. Me and this girl was chatting, and we was at the airport about something. So that Lexapad be having me dreaming. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, sis.
I have like really bad side effects with medication.
Okay.
So I took I don't know if you know, I think it's called a Geosant. I forgot what it's called. It's like a term, I forgot it. But there's a test that you take to see what pills you can take for your like blood type, I guess, or whatever it was. And everything was red, just about, except for one that actually almost paralyzed me. I think it was Invega. They gave me an Invega shot, and it literally paralyzed me for like a whole month. I had a hard time bathing. My mom offered to like bathe me and everything. That's how bad it was. So I had stopped taking it, and so I take herbs. Like I'll just make teas and stuff like that, and like different. I got a whole bunch of different kind of herbs and stuff. But real quick, but I haven't been to the hospital in like 2 years now. So
that's what a blessing. It's been over a year for me. So I'm liking this journey. I'm staying on the medicine. If any issues or problems that I have, I'll talk to my psych doctor. I got an appointment with him on the 5th. He said, "Are you sleeping, eating the plate?" I said, "Yes, sir." If I'm not, then I let him know so he can do some changes to the medicine. But yeah, I enjoy the medicine. It's good. I'm not on here drowsy. Everything I'm waiting on to eat my dinner. and so I can go ahead on and go to sleep, and then get back up, and start this journey for this 60 days. I'm shocked that they even went live on Sunday, because usually I don't go live on Sunday. I'll be watching church service. But yeah, y'all got to, and this is what I want to say about Lil Nas X. It is okay to take medicine. It is okay to go to your therapist, especially. I believe everybody needs to go to therapy. I believe that should be mandatory. I think everybody, because there's a lot of people out here that need help. They need to get through their day-to-day operation, their day-to-day attitude or emotions. But I really think like Lil Nas X needs to get some help. Like, because going around naked fighting cops, that's not healthy. You know, you can't keep doing that. And I hope that he's in a mental health, and that will help him with his case if he actually go to therapy and go to inpatient, go to the hospital and be a patient. That will actually help him for his case.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Can I ask you what kind of herbs you take, darling?
Yeah. Deborah actually said when I was going to respond in there, she said St. John's wort. I have that one. I have holy basil. I have like the whole crap load. Like, let me go look. I got like turmeric, ginger, ashwagandha, like different stuff. It doesn't necessarily have to like be solely towards bipolar or depression or whatever, but it's like different ones for different moods. And like whatever mood I'm feeling, like if I feel extremely low, I'm like, okay, well, let me look at this St. John's, wort. Or I'll like, if I'm going through, because my stuff is weird. They don't even really know what's going on with me because I shift real bad. Like they were like, 1 minute it was like, oh, schizophrenia or this or that. Like, because it's just shift. And it's like, what's crazy, it drew me close to God. Because at one point in my life, I was always working. Like I was like this big hustler, like not a hustler in a bad way, like selling drugs and crap. I was like a worker, a hard worker. And it was like, that's all I knew. And then I remember one day I called my friend and I asked her, I said, what's the purpose of life? What do you think the purpose is? I feel like I'm running on a treadmill going nowhere. This is pointless. I don't care about cars. I don't care about house. I don't care about nothing that I got. I don't care about it. And she was like, you just make your purpose. And I was like, I guess, I didn't understand. One day I got in this car wreck. I was working. I was going to start my business. It's a long story. I'm not going to get into it. But I just want to say this real quick. Okay. I just want to say this. It drew me closer to God, based on what people perceive when they see it from the outside looking in. They might, oh no, that's crazy. Da, 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 da. They have their commentary because they don't understand it. But for me, it drew me close to God. So
but
I always thank God for it.
I can understand and I can relate. And I'm gonna tell you what you was missing. The only thing you was missing in your life was companion loveship.
No, I had that. I was a little thought.
That's the difference. Companion loveship and like love and sex is two different things.
No, I'm not saying like I said a thought, but I had relationships. I did.
No, but I'm saying when a person really loves you. Now I'm not talking about somebody that's just.
Well, God loves me, and that's what I didn't realize. That's what
okay. So I'm saying maybe if God would have blessed you with a companion to love you on this earth, caressing you.
You don't ever.
Yeah, I do. I honestly do. You know why? Because I'm 62 years old, first of all.
Age clearly ain't mattering at this point.
Thousands of people. And baby, there's nothing you could tell me about mental health because I've been dealing with it since the day I've been born.
Okay? I understand, ma'am.
Everybody's mental health journey is different, Miss Barbara.
Different, yes.
Now, when you have experiences, like only the truth hurts a person. So when a person hears the truth, they get negative.
No, it's not a negative. I
want to say for you, sis, like it's Miss Jennifer Lewis said something in her book that I read. She said it was a journey to get the right medicine. It's a journey. It may take you a couple of years to get the right diagnosis, to get the right dosage, to get the right medicine, to get the right treatment. It's not an overnight situation. And then sometimes you may have to change your doctor and get somewhere else to be able to diagnose you correctly and to get you on the right treatment. So it's everybody's journey is not the same. Like I'm blessed that I only take one medicine for bipolar and not taking. Some people take multiple medications. but I'm, so everybody's journey is different. Everybody's journey is different. So I'm definitely praying for you on your journey, but everybody's journey is different. I'm definitely, hopefully you get the right doctor to get you the right diagnosis so you can know what's going on.
Well, no, see, that's the thing. I wanted to piggyback off what you're saying as far as like the journey is different, because a lot of people do feel better with the medication. I kept having conflicts with it. You know what I mean? I kept wanting to take it, but when I was first diagnosed, they diagnosed me ADHD, depression, and anxiety. That's the first diagnosis. That's what sparked all of this. Like, I never had an episode. I never went through none of this until I went for depression, because I had gotten a car wreck, lost everything. It was a whole thing. But long story short, I was depressed. I was like, dang, like, I kept giving. It was weird. I kept giving all my stuff away. That's how I started. I just kept driving around looking for homeless people, giving them hoodies, food, everything. I just kept doing it. And then I kept moving from state to state. I kept just going and just kept giving away my stuff until I didn't have much of nothing. And then the last thing I had was my vehicle. And then boom, car wreck, lost it. And I was getting ready to start my business. I had just got my license and everything, lost everything. I remember just feeling defeated because, like I said, all I ever knew was work. So then I remember I was crying. I was listening to this song by Tori Kelly. It's called Never Alone. And I said, God, please help me. Mind you, I never asked God for help. Ever. I was always like one of those people that's like, I can do this by myself. I don't need y'all. I had an attitude. And then, boom, lost everything. I remember I was in my sister's garage. I literally had nowhere to go, nothing. I was living with my sister. I was crying. I said, God, please help me. Out of nowhere, all these ideas of how to get back on my feet started coming in. All this stuff was starting to happen. I finally got my place again. I got, all this stuff started happening, but I kept having episodes. I kept having stuff happening, but it was drawing me closer and closer to God. And it got to the point where it was like, dang, like with Miss Barber, she's feeling like I need companionship. I have a companion in God. With God, you can be in jail and have nobody around you. And guess who you got? God. There's people that you ain't got nobody unless if you don't know God, you don't know nothing. That's how I feel. Because it's sad how people feel like they need people. They feel like they need people. Real quick, they feel like they need people, but they don't. They just need God. And you know how when people be like, "Well, prove God." Okay, prove your great grandmother then. Where's she at? Because there was a point in time she was alive and then she ain't here, but she never existed. Because if she never existed, you wouldn't have existed.
J-Ho, I had experienced that.
Not J-Ho.
No, I'm sorry. I got
thinking this woman.
Right. Don't get it twisted, right? Thank you for that. Listen, I had a spiritual awakening that love is the Holy Spirit. Okay, that's what spiritual awakening came upon me. I had a spiritual awakening that God told me that the love is the Holy Spirit. And that's why I'm saying, if you be blessed, you sound like a very young girl. It's time for you to be blessed with someone on this earth to caress you, hold you, love you, and help you with your accomplishments. That's all I'm saying, darling. And I hope to pray to see you get that love and companionship.
I just pray that it gets total healing, so you don't have to have those episodes and stuff. When I told my therapist, I was like, oh man, I feel like I'm going to have another. I'm fearing that I'm going to have another episode. She said, no, don't think like that, because you look at the predicament that you're in now, like not having a proper, place to stay, or, housing is kind of fickle. But you have in that very well. So you might not never have another breakdown that you have. So that's what I'm saying on the medicine. I love the therapist. So I go to my therapist now once a month. It was once a week, but most of the time I don't be saying it like that because it works. Because the medicine works very well, and I do a lot of stuff of like that. So I was like, I said, so let me get out of that time frame that I will never have another one in my life. I will have a great life. So I had to change my language and everything. That's why I feel like therapy is so important, because you can really have a professional to kind of guide you and give you good advice and while you're going to those sessions. So it's really good. And plus medicine.
Sorry.
It's really good.
you mind if I say something to you though?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, like you said, it helps you. And I think, for everybody it's different. I had therapy, I had, certain things. I lost a lot many times. And I think after that first loss, it opened my eyes to realize that losing in this world is inevitable. You're going to keep losing in this world. Even at one point, there's going to be a point where you're not here no more. So if you keep seeking to just always be stagnant and be like, because you got to think about this too. I don't know. You remember how you said when you were in the hospital, it was a good time, And I feel like I'm not scared of having episodes. I'm scared of losing God. I never cared about those pills because they will always make me feel disconnected. Like they put me in so much like stagnant feeling. Like I just couldn't move. And that's why I told him, I said, y'all can take anything from me because I refuse to let you suppress what God wanted me to be. These people want me to suppress who I am. And that's what's making me look so crazy out here is because I have a voice that's like, dang, where'd she get that from? I'll be having like, because I live around college. It's a really popular college I live around. People talk to me, these kids, they be like, dang, I ain't never thought of that. But that's because God speaks through me. You think I'm about to sit here and keep putting these pills in my mouth? That's why I like you, Wally. I feel like you just really unique. Yeah, you might need the pills to chill you out because you're extreme, but you're calm, you're chill, and you have people gravitating to you for a reason. God loves you, and God loves us all, regardless if you're taking them pills or not. That's why I'm not. Everybody's journey, like he said, is different. He wants those pills. He needs the calmness. He needs the therapy to calm him. But for me, for my purpose, I just need God. I will take certain things here and there to comment because I have emotions. My emotions be roaring. But I understand that not everybody's going to receive me like God receives me.
Right. Because I remember I was saying, oh man, how could I be a Christian? I'm on medicine. I was in strong denial with, oh, you got no bipolar. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm saying, I know the Lord, blah, blah, blah. And I started the thought in my mind, you see people with glasses, they wear glasses to help them see. That don't take away from their salvation. You see people with hearing aids, they put the hearing aid to help them hear. That don't take away from their salvation. So it's nothing wrong with taking a pill. Even for some of the saints, some church folks, they got high blood pressure. You taking your high blood pressure medicine, that take away from your salvation.
And they would be like, they would say it's sorcery when you take those medications.
But you taking that high blood pressure medicine, and then some of you men that's in the church taking Viagra to keep that thing. So don't come against me. Don't come and see. A lot of times you can't listen to that. That's why a lot of people be going away because they feel so ashamed. If I take them down, I feel so ashamed because I'm not going to really be a Christian or I'm not going to really be accepted. Like, no, why suffer when it's a medicine to help you? Like back in the day when it's dealing with childbirth, they didn't have all the medicine. Back in the day, you had to feel all that pain. Now they have it where you don't have to feel the pain. They have some medicine you can take. So again, God put these doctors here for a reason. So I don't listen all the time. I thank God because I need the medicine. Right. And to God tell me not to take it and you take it out. And
I'm not trying to steer you away from it. Just know that. I'm not trying to steer you away from it
I'm just talking about like, because people said all that. I'm like, I take because I know me if I don't. Because I'm cray for real. I take it. I take it for real. You don't want to be crashing.
Yeah, I don't want to get it's very dangerous, if a person's supposed to take medication and they don't. But I can understand what she's saying because right now, with all of this shit I'm going through, I'm choosing to take all of my meds to keep me down, and it's not bringing me down. Like I'm on 600, of everything, and I'm still up. You understand? Manic has got nothing on me right now. And that's why, I'm so mad with what I'm seeing happening to people as far as I'm saying in New York City with housing, seeing all my peoples in shelters and seeing what's going down. But I understand what she's saying. But at the same time, let me tell y'all something deep. When you get of age, you start thinking of transitioning. My mother transitioned at 63. So with me being 62, Wait a minute. It's very hard for me right now. My and my auntie,
Not you laughing.
my adopted mother. I love y'all still.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, and you listen. I love y'all still. Y'all can laugh. Get the laugh off because when you get of age, Jay, I'm gonna get you. When you get of age, right? That's why I love y'all. Because we can be real like that. Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. And y'all
Go ahead.
Y'all supposed to be Christians, especially you, Wally. Look at Wally.
Wally got me crying.
Y'all can't even let me be sad and cry. Y'all fucked up. Y'all got me laughing at myself. No, that ain't right. That ain't right. But anyway, no, seriously, on the serious side, when you get 62, you start thinking of transitioning. You understand what I'm saying? And I was feeling a sense of hopelessness. That's why I was telling you, JR, I was trying to share what maybe a companion will be. I try to think about, do I need to take that advice for myself? You know, do I need to come out of retirement and get me a companion so I could stop feeling this? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was saying that you seem to be a little girl. That's why I was saying. And I remember,
and they do have dogs. They do have like companion. Like I know some people have support animals and stuff like that.
Yeah, the support animals work too. But the thing about
they may have that.
I don't like it because they expire within 10 years, 15 years, and that's heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking when they expire.
I'm glad I don't need like a support animal and stuff like that. I think like having this support on like YouTube, this community has been helpful,
right.
And actually being by myself has been very helpful to think and reading. I love to read, but some people need like a cat or a dog, you know, or a bird or a parrot, whatever they call it, so to help you get through your day to day. But you know, I don't want to be walking around with a dog and I'm barely making ends meet. I'm trying to find my own place. I got a dog. I look at that different. I'm like, how are you homeless? You got a dog? Like
they be having them though. They be having them.
It's so many. It's so many of them.
The dog in the shelter. They had their dog.
Yeah, they be having that. I'm like, what in the world? What are y'all doing? I'm like, y'all don't even have a place like why? Because you know you got to feed the dog. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got,
You got to clean up nonstop. I'm like you, Wally. Like I like my peace. I like to be left alone. I be chilling, and I do love socializing.
I love my peace. Absolutely.
But yeah,
absolutely. Like when they had me to go to a place where I can have my own room and I have roommate because the roommate he was, are you wearing my clothes? And when he was cussing me, I couldn't do that. I said, Lord, let me just take it. I gotta be here. You know, I don't want to be out on the street. And my name ain't Sir. It's such and such.
But you know how bad I am though, Wally. I don't mind getting put out. I had so many moments where I was just like, I don't give a F, you know, F you. And then I'll end up somewhere, be laid up next to my friend and stuff. It's like
yeah,
when you trust God, you don't care.
It was cold, and maybe it's because I'm on the medicines, the maturity. You think about it, I was like, I'm gonna just let him have his moment because clearly he needs his meds. He think that people, he told the people he's wearing my clothes.
Yes, exactly, Nicole.
They was like, Marquise don't be bothering nobody. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
it didn't make sense. I said clearly the man need his medicine because clearly he is thinking people is planning stuff. And I remember the other guy that I was roommate with, he had gave his Uber Eats account, his DoorDash account to one of the people that was homeless. They took his account and they took his bike and didn't give his bike back. So then he just snapped on everybody. If anybody got a problem with me, F you too. I ain't get out of my room. I just stayed silent. He was arguing, everybody was yelled, so they had called the cops. They called the cops. And the police, the guy told him he got to leave the property. And I felt so bad. All of his stuff, he's homeless. Right. He's out on the street with all of his stuff. And he had a job. But where you gonna take all your items and stuff like that? And now due to this new administration, they are really coming against them public encampments, like having a tent and all that stuff. They really cracking down on that. So I'm like, where are you gonna go with all that stuff? Because even if you go to a shelter, you can't take all that stuff.
Right.
If you go to Catholic Charities, because that's the shelter that I was at, they only allow a little bag.
Jesus.
Like a little book bag that can fit in a locker. You can't fit a big old duffel bag with 50 pounds, 100 pounds, all this stuff. No, you have to get public storage, but public storage, you have to pay for that. So yeah, I'm just so glad that
you don't feel like
I'm in a better space. Yeah, it's better space. But I slept outside. So I've been through it. So I can just tell anybody. So I tell anybody, if you're struggling with your mental health, please get the help. And if you have to go back to the hospital, go to the hospital and keep going until you get the right help that you need. Because you don't want to be out. A lot of these people that I see, they out here in the street. They out sleeping in the street. They out here peeing on the ground, talking to themselves, playing with themselves outside, doing all type of. I just walked past a couple. They were just doing crack.
Dang.
I think that was crack. Because I know that when they do all type of drugs out here, and I see it all. I'm like, oh my gosh, what in the world is going on? But you chose that lifestyle, and I'm like, I don't want to choose that, so that's why I don't do the drugs and alcohol. I don't want to transfer one problem to the next. I was like, no, because that's not good. Being an alcoholic and you're mentally ill, that's ammonia and bleach. That don't mix.
Yeah.
That don't mix at all. But there's so many people that do it,
right?
Because they have to cope with that because they don't want to take medicine, so they choose the alcohol, or they will choose drugs. And I don't want to go through that. So I think God don't have that as a habit, stuff like that. So
And real quick, I don't want to take over like Miss Barbara, but I don't with the whole.
You're spreading bad words about me. I'm getting sick of the bad words.
Like, real quick. No, this is serious. I'm gonna forget because your mouth.
Yeah, but y'all let me.
I didn't take no kind of anything. Like I don't like the smell of alcohol. I don't like weed. I don't like cigarettes. I don't like nothing. And so when I first was diagnosed, I was like, oh my goodness, like I don't want to take these pills, but I don't want to feel this way. So when I took the pills, it like boom, like I started, like I told you, hallucinating stuff. But anyway, being somebody who doesn't take pills, it makes it easier for whatever you take to work, and it just like it be more enhanced. I felt so that's why I don't really care for alcohol and stuff, and I feel bad when people feel like they have to gravitate towards that stuff because it will really alter you. And if you have those addictions and you taking medication, it's sad. I've seen so many like sad horror stories about people on drugs and then also taking their manic, or whatever pills. Like it's crazy. So, but my bad, Barbara. Go ahead. What was you going to scream?
Go ahead.
I ain't got shit to say. Y'all got out and talk.
Okay, good. What you guys say?
So you're exactly right. That's how I was like, oh no, I don't want to have that as a habit. So I'm very good with it, and I tell anybody that if you've been diagnosed, go to your appointments. Because when I was diagnosed, I didn't want to go to my appointments like that. I was in denial, and this is another thing, and it's a hard truth that is hard pill to swallow, that you can't force an adult to take their meds to get help if they have struggles with mental health. That's why a lot of families just push them out on the street. Yeah. Because they don't want to listen, and it's hard to be around all that. You crashing out, you breaking stuff, you fighting, the police have to show up. They get tired of that, right. So you just out on the street. But if you don't want to have that life, you have to take the meds. You have to get the help. I remember Jennifer Lewis. She did an interview with Oprah, and she said she was at the nail salon and she was manic, and some told her to trash the nail salon, put the nails in the and did that. Then she said she was manic, and she said, this is a nice house. I'll buy it. Even though she had the money to buy it, she just bought this expensive house just like that because that's one of the symptoms of bipolar. Like you spend all type of crazy amount of money and stuff like that. So
I'm like that. I'm real bad.
That's why I love her so much because I'm
definitely like that. Maybe that's why I wear crowns and rings.
I'm not in a jewelry, but I love clothes. Go ahead, my bad.
I told you I also watched Khaled Pratt, that movie.
I've seen it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, you saw it. Yeah. Did you like it?
Yeah, I like it. I think with me, I like a lot of movies that talk about bipolar or any kind of like mental situation. You ever seen what's it called? Frankie and Alice, or I think it's what it's called. With
is that the one with Whoopi Goldberg with Halle Berry?
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw that.
She was like,
she was in the hospital.
Yeah, but she was like shifting like personalities and stuff.
I did see that.
That was crazy. I wouldn't say that was my story, but when I see certain movies, I'm like, dang, because I had a moment where I was talking in a little baby voice, and people were getting mad at me, and they was like, "Oh, I'm gonna call the police." I was in the pool acting up. I was just doing weird stuff, but yeah,
I was preaching at folks. I was saying, I said, you're uneducated. You don't be hanging with the white folks. I was uplifting white. Like it was a mess. I was like to y'all. I don't know if y'all remember that. I said, you're uneducated. You're ignorant. You don't be hanging around the white folks. And then I was talking about sleepy. Then I was talking about sleepy black. Then I was talking about sleepy blacks. I was saying a whole bunch of stuff, and that whole Trump stuff was like, oh, I was clearly out of my mind. I was telling y'all, I was at a Trump rally. Trump inside the restaurant, and I'm literally arguing with Trump supporters. I told like he said, it's kids out here. I said, fuck them kids. And they said, no. And they wanted to fight me. And I said, yeah, come on. And they said, no, we all on the same side. I was like, okay, cool. I'm just an ignorant black. Don't pay me no mind. Oh. They started laughing.
And and it's funny, like, I remember one time I was walking up the street, and like I said, I live close to a college, and they was outside. This man was arguing with his girl. I was like, shut the fuck up. He looked at me. He said, come and make me. I said, all right, then. And I walked over there, and I said, what? I was like, I'm just playing. And I shook his hand, and he started laughing. He said, you all right. But it was funny because it's like we'll be tripping and then we'll shift real quick. Like, no, it's cool.
Yeah, my problem is this. My problem is this. We are having a conversation on Wiley. My problem is this. I be dead ass serious about everything I say, and nothing I say I be joking about. That's my problem. I don't be playing. I be dead ass. You understand? When I say I'm sick of these Africans, let's close their African shops. I mean that. Let's get these African women out of our
Miss Barbara, I don't care how you say you so sick of all Miss Barbara. I don't care how you say you so sick of all that type of stuff. But them shops still gonna be there. They thriving. You can talk about the people all the time that you want. They come here, they get educated, they get them degrees and all that type of stuff. Like a lot of that stuff, you got maybe an African slept with your husband, but that don't represent all the African people. Maybe an African gave your husband to stop your topic. Maybe it don't represent all African people.
Stop muting me too.
That's why you gotta quit telling people to have companions, because you got people cheating on you and stuff. I ain't got time to play them games.
Let me finish saying my statement, because Wiley, you got people thinking of me different because you be putting a lot of bullshit out there.
Ma'am, no cut. Okay, I'm gonna have to put you on mute. I'm gonna put you on mute because you cussing. I told you no cussing.
I did not cuss.
You did cuss.
I did not. Stop putting me on mute.
And she'll take it off.
Listen, you guys. I'm about to bring the show to a close. We've been on here for 3 hours. Again, we're doing a 60-day manifestation cleanse. I'm excited. We're gonna do our first live tomorrow on Monday, and that's Labor Day. So everything will be closed. So I think who all got work tomorrow? I know most of y'all probably gonna have tomorrow off because it's Labor Day. So we definitely gonna start. This is tomorrow, starting on September 1st. I want y'all to join. Be on there, and it's going to be super, 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 super excited. And then also on next week, Tasha and myself will be discussing this book. And this book is really, really good. Even though somebody said it's AI, or whatever, I don't care what y'all want to call it. The book is entertaining. So Clinton H, he's the author of this book. He charges for interviews, and I'm not paying for no interviews because I ain't got the money to be charged for no interviews. So okay, They said do another hour. Okay, if you pay for me to get some food order, send about $60.
Wiley, you supposed to be prepared for this fast. Can't be getting.
Tell Nicole, pay that money because I got something to say.
Save your money. Don't be using it on no food.
He said do another hour or something like that because I'm not about to miss dinner. I got to go to dinner. But anyway,
you gotta go to dinner. Okay, well, have a good night. It's nice talking.
And then and then if it's something ever entertaining, I'll come back. Yeah, absolutely. I said 60. What's the problem with it? I put that about on it. The Bible said, "Ask, and it shall be given to you; seek, and you shall find." So if somebody said you need a haircut again, hold on. Let me put the Cash App in here too because y'all definitely gotta send us the cash so we get our haircut and stuff like that.
Let Wally go eat.
Wally,
we about to go eat because we did 3 hours of content today. I wasn't even planning on doing a live, but when you doing the cleanse, I'm like, oh, let me come on the live and chit chat with the people and have them and we could talk about it and stuff like that and everything. But yeah, tomorrow is the cleanse. I'm super excited. I can't wait. It's gonna be great. The people going to be involved in it. Thank you. It's going to be great and stuff like that. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. We want to thank Miss Barbara for coming on, for her support. Thank you, JL, for coming on. This has been such a blessing. And this is your first time ever like conversating on the show like that.
I came up here to talk about Barbara, but you shut it down.
Yeah. Because it's no need to talk about it because she ain't gonna hear that. She'll be talking about her defending herself, and then she'll jump into the Africans, the Indians.
Man.
She'll get into all that. And if y'all know anything about Miss Barbara, she go to platform, and they blocked her on all of them. That's how she don't go over there.
Right.
She had been in that. They blocked her all. One guy was so disrespectful. She had a thought, and he blocked her off the air, just kicked her off the air. I'm like, oh, Lord. But that's because she said my name. They said, don't say Wally name over here. And they went on the block and she couldn't even do nothing. Right, Miss Barbara?
Oh, no. At least you let her defend us. But I'm not going to be the reason you eat. So have a good night, Wally.
Cussing Miss Barbara, then she went over there. Michelle A.T. Elliott was talking about her, and she said, "Who was that lady doing all that cussing and all that stuff over there?" Then she went over there to Michelle A.T. Elliott. I heard you were talking about me.
Look, Wally, I'll talk to you later because I ain't gonna be the reason you didn't eat. So God bless you. I'll talk to you later.
Oh, okay. No, we still. Yeah, I'm about to get there. But yeah, this is fun. J.O., thank you so much, sis. Thank y'all so much for coming on.
Thank you.
And if something else come up, we'll hit the link back on there.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss Barbara. Love you.
All right, love you too. Well, bye.
Stop lying.
Oh. Bye.
You said what? Thank you, T1000. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah. And so again, so love y'all. Thank y'all so very much. I can't thank y'all enough. I want y'all to get this book for me. If y'all can, people that got the money, if you broke, we're gonna pray for you. But make sure y'all get all that stuff off the wish list. I put the book on it on one. And don't forget, we'll be talking about that. Oh, we got another one. Okay. Thank you, Kai, for the super chat. Thank you, Kai, for doing that. Thank you, Kai, for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, thank you, Kai, for the super chat. Thank you, Kai, for doing that. Thank you, Kai, for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, so we will come back after we eat our dinner for some more commentary and news. Y'all be blessed. Little black boy, you beautiful. Little black girl, you enough. When times get hard, always remember to put God first. If you want to be updated on some celebrity gossip news and commentary, you go to our website at www.wileythetroll.com. That's www.wileythetroll.com. Oh, he said he ain't broke like this. Thank you. Y'all be blessed.